All right, guys, welcome back to the Imaxit platform. I'm your host, JD. If you're new, please do smash that like button, share, and definitely subscribe. If you're a member of the channel, massive respect to that. And how to become a member, please click a join button, help you along the line. So we're going to be talking about our video that we did early on. So we're going to bring clarity to that said video. Because most of the things that I've actually said, it turns out that I never even needed to do this. But because I told you guys, once we do the 250 likes, we're going to return later and chop up every single thing. All right, so we're going to break down what came out because obviously all parties spoke on the matter and I wanted to my take on it. All right, but I know a lot of you guys would have already garnered the information, but I have to present it here just to back up with what I've said earlier on. So the fact that I'm right, I know that maybe Demo and those guys have to come back and tell me pretty much sorry. All right, let me try and big up some people inside the chat and then we can have the rest of the discussion. So we have our brother Osh Puppy in the building. Massive respect. Martin Baker, big respect, my brother. All right, said big football show. Yeah man, massive respect. All right, yeah man. Then we have Gerard in the building. Sandre, massive respect. Yeah, man. And Big Bad System is here back again. Yes, God King. Suriname in the building. Alice Hood, my brother. All right. You are right with what? Well, we are going to get into the discussion. I'm glad that you're here early because that was the overall case. Because you know that I was right in what I was saying. That's why you're here so early to hear what I have to say in this conversation. So, anyways, people, let me start where we stopped, and this one is going to end in football conversation. All right, it's going to end straight back into football, in which we're going to break down the team itself and also the team that we are going to face in the Copa America and what is expected. We're going to look at that. All right, so early on you had a program which is Mr. Oral Chasey. A lot of persons, he tried to make sure he bring clarity to the matter. Obviously some might say he didn't do a good job or whatever, he did a good job. Yes, so anyways, he called Mr. Chung, which is one party, and each called Mr. Butler, which is another party. All right, so and those are the two main parties. Obviously, some would say that Mr. Hallgrímsson and also Mr. Leon Bailey would consider as the main parties. But at this point, Mr. Chung is the head party of the JFF, and also Mr. Butler is the head party of Phoenix. So both of them can speak on behalf of the overall situation, and they took part in the actual situation as well. So anyways, based on what the information that we have gathered here, it stated that it was the coach slash Mr. Chung reached out to Leon Bailey and his team in two different parts. The first one, they tried to get a conversation with Mr. Butler, and then on the return, which is Mr. Hallgrímsson and Mr. Chung connected. He said that he talked to Mr. Leon Bailey and he wouldn't be available until the second game, and that's okay for them. But some other things were actually aligned with the conversation, and those other things are other people included in U20 teams. So everything that I've stated, people, pretty much it's the coach to be blamed for this connection with Mr. Leon Bailey. That is a fact. All right, because that is what took place. And if it was anything otherwise, it would have deemed as the JFF is interfering in selection, which that's not the case. It was always the coach's idea to bring back a player whenever the time sees it fits. So the fans decide that though they wouldn't took that approach, and I agree as well, because the player had publicly stated worldwide that he did not want to be called at any point. All right, yes, he wanted to be excluded out of these two main things. So I don't know why the coach saw the need to reach out to him at this specific time, because I do believe that that's the worst time to go out and try and get him, and I know that you guys would agree as well. All right, so first thing, the coach he was the main person trying to get the player back. Let me know if you guys are okay with that statement. you're okay with that, because that's what I had the problem with, because the player had said that he wanted time, and it seems like it was bothering him, and it makes no sense to take a player that is not in his full powers. Why would you want you force this issue to try and get this player when he himself doesn't want to play? That is my biggest problem right there. So I want to start right there, and then I move to the next side, because obviously we are going to give Mr. Butler his beating as well. We're going to give him his beating, but I just wanted to start from where the facts, just the facts, that because that's what we were arguing on. And I heard several persons came here and tried to tell me also the stories. I'm going to go down to Whisper, Hutchinson, all of those people. All right, I'm just starting where I've started in the last one and clear up everything. Aubrey, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Dima said, I'm here early because I am beating Butler and Bailey on all platforms. Jesus God. All right, we are going to move to that part. We are going to move to the beating of Butler and Bailey part. No problem. All right. JD, is Greenland a part of Concacaf? No, I am going to do a separate video on that if everything has been approved. And we don't see the apology letter. So you guys are saying that they shouldn't go back in for him. No, the RR is saying that you shouldn't go back for a person when they did something wrong and also caused unnecessary problems additionally on what they have done wrong. No apologies was actually offered, and then you go back for them because you were the one that could have got that thing done. You were the one that could have made the decision on the said player, and you decide that you're going to go in for him without any apology, anything. All right, because you deemed him as what he was saying is correct, when the JFF deemed it as not being correct as well. So I could see where you have a shortcoming problem with the JFF and the coach as well. You get me? Because he publicly stated that he's in support of what Leon Bailey said. You understand me? So these things might pose some challenges at some point. All right, guys, remember, as you come in, hitting the like button is always the first thing. Let me stop right here before we continue. All right, because I wanted to touch topic by topic. So we once we finish, we don't have to go back on this. All right. We don't have to go back on this, and we can just go straight into our football, continue into our football, people. All right. And at some point, I might open the discard. The coach reached out after being told it was a go between everyone. Demo, stop it, Demo. You have to know when to stop, because information is out there. And Demo, you're wrong early on, and you're wrong again. The reason why the person reached out to Leon Bailey to get it sorted out is because the coach made sure to know that he would want this person in the team. So stop spinning the story, Demo. It's down on the coach that initiated that he wanted this player. Demo, it has to be a reason why I was saying this early on before you know anything, and now you know something and you're still trying to stick on this thing, Demo. It had to be something that I know why I could have come public before and stuck by that. All right, and it proved that what I was saying is 100% the exact way. All right, it was the coach, my brother. All right, so we can have a different discussion and pass that one, or else we're not going to pass that. I don't know what happened with you and the coach, Demo, but right now I have to be questioning a lot of things. All right. Bailey for retire, plus it's not like him a pull any weight for the team. I understand what you're saying right there, but we're discussing the matter at hand. Because if the coach wants him back, that means the coach sees him as a asset to something. All right, so you can't say he didn't do anything. We don't care what he did for Jamaica team pretty much, because it's someone that wants him there when he doesn't want to be there. So how can he not be good, but yet still somebody still trying to break his neck to bring you back when the other persons that we deem as being good are available, and he's not killing himself over these people. All right. Yes. All right. Bailey playing in Copa, I don't think that's going to be the case at this point. All right. I want to move on. Demo, I'm not gonna war on each topic too long, because everything is coming out. So I wanted to go through it. All right, just give me a second, guys. Let me share it. Share my video so other people can know that I'm live. All right. Remember, as you come in, get the likes up, people. All right. It's like people upset that I was actually on the money. Maybe I used the wrong word. That's the reason why people felt offended and such. But I was on one. I was on one, people. I was on one. 1 second. Let me get my copy up and running. All right, so you can know that I am up in the building. All right, with better mics, because you guys criticized my mic earlier, and I don't know why you guys did something like that, because it was not that, the situation. I have to improvise when I'm in my car, and obviously man's have to work, because man's can't depend on you to feed me. All right, Wayne says we should just drop him in general. All right, fair enough. That's what you're saying. That's the overall plan. But let me go through everything. Let me go through everything. Business document, float manager, big of yourself. I think between him typing, you're not understanding what I am saying. Okay. All right, Demo. Let me call in for a second. No, Demo. Let me go through my things, please. All right. Let me go through my things, and please, boss. I will open the discard when the time comes. Just let me go through the things, and big boss, and let people can watch the video and it's coherent. All right. Than me you calling and then unnecessary war start. All right. Whisper, Bailey, Whisper, and Butler is a side show for our program. We should put them on the bench. I do believe that as well, because I think we are disagreeing on two different things. But hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. All right. So we big up yourself, Africans. So we are finished with that. It was the contact was made via the JFF on behalf of the coach. Then the coach made contact directly after getting what he wanted, or what he thought was correct, because the intention was to get this player on his team. I think that is very clear, and everyone can agree to that. That was what I was trying to tell Dima early on, in my first stream, but no evidence was public there, and now we got the evidence. That's what took place. Let me move on to the Craig Butler side, because I want to just go through it. Let me move on to the Craig Butler side. So Craig Butler, first he had said that he never saw a call came in back from the general, which is the Mr. Chung. And Mr. Chung, their intention was to get Leon Bailey there, but Craig Butler put some demands in, and I've read his demands early on. All right, he wanted. Let me make sure to get the demands right here, the exact words that he gave me, so I don't miss up anything. All right. So the first one is review of our player contracts to address matter of security, long haul travel and rooms. That is number one. Number two, review and monitoring of employee contracts to improve employee. And he gave examples as well. Players relation. All right, and I'm going to touch on the examples that he gave. 3. Adopting global standards relating to communication with the players. 4. Adopting global standards relating to the determination of players' affiliation. All right. Okay. 5. Immediately addressing the clear brackets perception of or reality of conflict of interest at the level of the technical committee chairman, which is Mr. Speedy talking. We believe that bracket, as is the case globally, close bracket, the chairman of the technical committee should not hold any club affiliations. All right, so that's what he stated there, and he gave some examples. I'm going to open it, Demo, in the future. You just hold on, brother. Let me just put out everything, because once I'm done with this video, we are done on this conversation. So he gave some examples. First thing he's saying, people should stop run up and pressure the players them. I thought that he was insinuating like people staffs begging or something. I thought that's what I heard. If I heard wrong, you guys correct me, because I don't want to misrepresent anyone here. But I thought he said that, and then he talks about the security. He mentioned one vlogger name that runs up in people in Leon Bailey's face, so he made sure to mention that one. All right, I'm not gonna repeat the vlogger's name because I'm not that in that. You can listen for that yourself. All right, so he said he gave an example. Said that vlogger run up in Leon Bailey's face. All right, and he can't tell a person no, because if they are already in your face, they can't tell a person no. So he was pretty much insinuated that at that time, Leon Bailey never wanted to do said interview, and because the security was not there to take out the to prevent the persons from being in the player's face in the first place, that in itself caused an uncomfortable situation, and he did not want to disrespect someone. And then in Jamaica, it would have perceived as he's being disrespectful and hype. That's his example that he used right there, people. I don't know what you guys think about that. All right, yes, I don't know what you guys think about that. I have no. For me, I just strongly believe that if on the security part, I think he's going overboard, because I saw him in parties. One, I saw him in parties, and he might have a security, because persons educate me on that. He has one person that walks with him like a security, but I still think that that one person cannot protect him in those parties. All right, if anything should go bad, and those are it's a lot more people coming to him clearly. So I'm surprised that him knowing that these people are video persons, YouTubers, so you clearly know them. So, and you know that they are not truly a threat. The only thing they are threats with, pretty much their mouths, all right? Because if they're gonna say something that you don't like, that's the only thing will cause the big problem there. So I am surprised that you are not so jumpy to be in a party, but you're jumpy to talk to a YouTuber. But he stated that example, and I can understand that it was uncomfortable for the player, and maybe awkward for the player, and he couldn't really respond the way that he wanted. And maybe that is going into what type of person he is as well. All right, because he did the interview. Right. So, and you can go back and watch it. Uncomfortable or anything. All right, but they gave that statement right there. And then he goes into one second, let me go to the comment section first. I'm willing to bet the coach is going to resign. All right, maybe he did already, you never may know. Richard Samuels, big of yourself. All right, then we have Football Global said Craig, Leon and Whisper can go to Qatar or Saudi. All right, big of yourself, Juras, massive respect. All right. Yes, now I'm just trying to clear everything to show you how spot on I was, and it was not directly, not everything that I knew from before this came out, but because of the trend of what took place from before, it tells you that it can't change. All right, so let me go to the other things then now, because the other things he had he had said clearly that when the conversation with him and Chong, the first conversation with the coach came back, told Chong that he has a list of things that he would like you guys to fulfill. Then Chong and him spoke on the matter, and he talks about this is directly to him and Chong. He talks about players that should have made the team, U20s. So he started to put all these players them on a list, all right, for the U20s. So now you're getting where I was going, and you guys never believe me. So I want to find Travdan now, because Travdan is the human being I need to search for today, because he was the one talking all sorts of madness. And now you realize that I was correct, Travdan. So comment on this video and say sorry, sir. So he wanted players to be added to the U20 teams, U20 team. All right, and then now forward to this interview now that he's having, he went into what I've been telling you guys for the longest time: all players go overseas, what is required, especially when you're coming from this region. It's required points directly from clubs that are registered, or it's required um, national team caps and starting percentage as well. So he went into that, and he's pretty much saying that they fired John Wall just to keep the monopoly going. So pretty much he thought that the monopoly was extended to him via Mr. Wall, and they fired Mr. Wall from the position, and also um, um, close that gap so it can benefit the people that they perceived it as it should benefit. So pretty much he's telling you that things usually go his way, which is admitting to a crime or admitting to exactly what you're complaining about. So the corruption that you're complaining about, according to you, it is just to say that, oh, I am not getting piece of the corruption. That is pretty much what the man publicly stated, to say that this is the reason. I know he will spin it and say that he honestly believe Wall judged his players fairly to say his players deserve to make it. But when we listen to Wall's statements, Wall pretty much said that he's not going to pick any local player, and you don't own any overseas player. So technically, the only reason why you perceive your players or we perceive your players of making that team is solely based on the fact that you and Wall have a connection, and because the connection was cut. So that's why I came to the conclusion to say that, okay, whatever set up for the national team not going your way, because they moved your man out of the position, and that is the reason why you're complaining about it. So you want that to be reinstated, all right, or have a public selection committee so you can get information on it to say that this is what happened, and this is the calculation we use to get this player from this player. All right, so that's how it goes for Mr. Butler, and I super disagree with him. I don't know which actual world, I don't know which actual world a man that's just an average person in Jamaica pretty much turn up to a federation and dictate what they want. I just honestly believe that it's because of it's Jamaica, and it's like we have a culture that once, because our culture is tied to, how we put it, our excitement and maybe the highest things. So he has players under his wings, and his players are the hypest players in Jamaica. So the crowd gravitates to that, and that's why I think the JFF has to bow to them majority of the times, because they don't want to get the backlash, because they are trying to clear up their image. You get me? And he's one of them that stands in the way of that imagery getting sorted out. And that's what he's using. And he knows that as well. You understand me? Yes. But in other countries, it wouldn't work at all. All right? Just listen a interview with Grimmy, and I don't think he will ever call Bailey again. Okay, well, I think that should be the case from day one. All right? Big up yourself. Thanks for being here. All right. Okay. Well, what does Craig think he is? Same thing he accused everyone else of, he's doing. Wanting a player in the team. But he thinks that if he comes and say it directly that way, it is perfectly okay. And that is the biggest problem what we are seeing at this point. So I have to beat Mr. Craig Butler. And I think what the approach should always be, it is Jamaica's team. It is every coach that comes here, he gets paid to do a job. He gets paid to do a job, so let him do his job. All right? If he doesn't do it well, we fire him. You understand me? And hire someone else. But these people want to get people in, not to let them do their job, to manipulate those people because they have the qualification to use them to get what they want. Because they don't have the qualification, they don't want to spend the time to work for the qualification, so they use them to evaluate their project. So pretty much that's what most of the people, these football people in Jamaica, doing at this point. They want to get around the federation to use, and the coaches to use the qualification of the coaches and also the federation system, the setup of Jamaica, to exploit it, because obviously they can't get out their players to that level as fast, because they need certain things. So if it should go to England or any one of the big registered places, they will need those points. So they come and use their sympathetic behavior, prey down on the federation, because the federation is in need of free clout and free imagery cleanup. They have to bow to it, and that's what I thought they did, and it came back to haunt them. All right, so that's why me beating the coach earlier and said that I think he's ballsless. I think I had every case to say that, and I've proven my case. Maybe I used the wrong word, but I think it's the right word, because you know why? I'm saying it from the first day. Never to bow to anybody, and I've had all of those incidents burnt in my memory. All right, yes. He was benefiting from the corruption. He was bashing. Yes, that is true. Leroy Bailey said, JD, me feel grimy. Watch your show, cause never stop till them call back. Believe me, man. Maybe it's my show alone. I watch and cuss every single day. Because they might come and say I convince the people to beat them every single day, but that is not true. I've always been honest in my assessment, and a lot of times I've picked up for them, but I have to stand on business and call it as it is, because I saw these things going on a long time, and I've called it. I said to the coach, you have a job, and you know I have to beat Mr. Speed as well. Mr. Speed, anytime I talk to Mr. Speed, I'm going to tell him, say, listen to Mr. Speed. You see this behavior of telling me about you have to put a next man beside the coach for him to grasp the knowledge. It's not necessary. If we want that, we apply the coach, we employ the coach, but get something with the coach and tell the coach that, listen to me, at a certain point of the month, you have this obligation to teach this amount of people. I don't think it should be a forceful person added to the coach's squad. I honestly believe so. Because me and the perception could be that that's what's influencing these selections. Because you guys said it's a free pool for him to choose from. And I can't believe a coach of that caliber would think certain things, and then 3 matches later, he goes back to everything what the public says. That just seems like, and then he told us that he's giving other things to that said coach that you put on just to learn things. So for me, I am not comfortable with it, and a lot of the fan base ain't comfortable with that. So I know that maybe Mr. Speed meant something very honest, but it's turning out that it could be something that's harming the team. And Mr. Speed always said his intention is to qualify for World Cup. He doesn't care about anything. All right, so next time I see him, I'm going to bring up that, because I think it's needed. It's definitely needed. Let me know, guys, if you agree with that. Fox Madness JD, ban all the bloggers and regular people from the JFF. JD, the man should make the kids make up their minds. I understand, but look at it now. Where I'm going to agree with Mr. Butler, because we are not program people. If I have a business, and I am the character as Mr. Butler, you come to me, and the only way to sell my product, if I am the character in some hypothetical situation, and you come to me, I am going to say, because Mr. Butler always said he's for Jamaica, but I've always told you that that's not the case. I've always said that that's not the case. So I did not see him in that light. The difference is I saw him in the exact light that he's showing today. You guys just always trying to make excuses for him. I always saw him in that light. So my approach would always be, brother, I need this and this from this situation. I'm going to milk that situation because that's the character this man showed. He never showed any other character more than he wants to exploit something and comfortable looking in your face and telling you as well. And I don't see anything wrong with me with what Mr. Butler did, because I didn't see him for Jamaica. Never ever. I never saw him as that character. He only fools Uno to get, because obviously I told you what people always do to fool Uno, because they know what you guys will gravitate to. But I never saw him as that. I always see him as a self-centered person. All right, and his business first. And I have no problem if he comes in and said, "This is the demands. In order to get my players them, I control my players them. This is what I want." I have no problem with with what Mr. Butler said. Yes, but at least remember that this is what this man stands for, and don't change your mouth down the line. Because next 2 weeks, because news only stay 24 hours in Jamaica, you guys are going to forget about it. Don't change it. This is what he thinks. All right, this is what he thinks. So he wants all of his other players them to go in the national team one way or the other, so it can benefit him. All right, to sell more of his players them. That's all. He doesn't care about who wants to come to the national team. Because if you want your players to be in the national team, who else will come there? If your players are not the best players, them you don't care, you don't concern about who. You don't concern about nothing. You only concern about yourself. Let me know if I'm talking foolishness, people. Let me know, because I know that I was on point from day one. All right. JD Butler is a liar. Everybody knows it. All right. But I have to give him his credit where he deserves it, because I couldn't say anything otherwise of what he did. It's just because you guys tend to think of him different. 100% correct, JD. Federation slappy bad. I would have to agree. Kieran says people are beat Grimmy, but may kind of understand what him did a try, but also so things backfire sometimes. Okay, yeah, no, I am going to stay beating him. I'm not going to change them. JD Moran is there to push JPL players to Grim. He said that he's the one that analyzes the players to see what level they are on to decide if they are good enough to get the job done. JD, don't call the coach spineless. He suspended Bailey. He has guts, bro. Them just lie to the man to be disruptive. Real baller. If I assess something, real baller, sometimes it's good to listen, and it's good to not pick a side before you listen properly. You know why I'm gonna stick on he has no balls. Listen to me, real baller. This morning, before everyone came out and spoke on the matter, I have collectively put everything over a year's time together, and everything that I've said in one hour time, real baller, everything is the exact word that I've said in the last video. So that couldn't give you in your heart to say, okay, let me take my time to go back and watch all of these movements on this guy, because YJD would have known exactly what the problem was before you can bully me into I should not call the man that. No, I am sticking on that, and I know it's a fact. Real baller, I know it's a fact. I know real baller, we have experienced different things. It must be something why I'm always sticking on that one statement, and I said it's going to come back to haunt him, and I'm not going to change until he proves me otherwise. You said he suspended Leon Bailey. Real baller. All right. I won't be able to call in because I'll be on the train. All right. So when next time I will open it and you can come in. A JFF set up the coach for look bad. Conflict of interest. All right. Low blow. Hendrix, what is a low blow? Let me know exactly. JD. One JD, you always warn us early. Yes, because they ramp with the man Pitney. Which man Pitney? You meant you didn't expect better from Butler. No, I never expected better from Butler at all. I said what he is, and I know what he is. And the good things, the one thing I love from Mr. Butler, he doesn't hide it. Just because he knows the words to sell you guys, and you don't even see it. All right? But for people that's looking through the individual, you would have seen that this man doesn't care about Jamaica. Jamaica, just like the national team, what runs with the national team over the last 30 years or so, we win games in spite of what we are doing. We don't win it because of what we are doing. Mr. Butler help Jamaica in spite of what he's doing. So down the line, what he truly wants, some of the gravy brushed off and help Jamaica on the side. All right, yes. Dark Beskar, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Know yourself said, so JD, how are we going to get changes? That's what I'm sitting down planning out in my head, how we can truly get a change to this thing, All right, Chorus, big up yourself. I heard someone say that the coach might leave the job soon. We have to just call it as it is, brother. All right, Kevin, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Midfield Butler, do not forget what the guy spoke. He spoke, I've listened to him, and he told you what he wanted. He said they never reached an agreement. Whisper or Liam Bailey not gonna play for no national team. Yeah, so he extended down to Whisper, but what I've heard on Whisper case, it's a little bit different. So I don't know if he would have still blocked it. But what I've seen, that Chelsea never released the player, and why you would have needed a release, the same thing that I've been telling you guys. Players are insured, and in order for them to actually go and play for their national team, it's not the big release as before. It's just to come and take a medical, so the doctor can have the report, so that means you can get covered under their insurance. So I've heard that that's the case with Whisper, because he was in Jamaica and he couldn't get that clearance. So I don't know if Mr. Butler would have tried to stop that as well. But based on my research, that's how it goes for Mr. Whisper there. He wants to take credit for it, but I'm not going to give him full credit for it, because my research kind of led me different places. Until that changes, and I heard the Whisper get turned on situation, but at this point, Chelsea never released Hutchinson or Whisper. That's what I've gotten, all right? Brian Burt, massive respect. Guys, we have 160 in the house. Hopefully, I'm not on 20 likes, because earlier program, you guys had it on 20 likes. So this one should still go to 250 likes. It's easy now. You guys can't complain that you can't find the likes. And the fact that I was accurate on my statements, I think you guys need to hit the like button very fast. All right. Bala Kick says, JD Bailey did say he was taking a break. So why JFF included? No, JFF never included him in nothing. It's the coach did so. All right, it's the coach, and that is what we want to take away, because that's where the confusion caused. All right, it's the coach, whether or not he meant something different, it's the coach. All right, so we have to say it as it is. The coach wanted that to happen, and he tried to enforce that to happen. And clearly, the side that wants to do their thing decides that this is what they want to do. Why I have a major problem is I don't like that Bailey himself, the individual himself, start putting in these statements like the under 20s and why this not happening. I thought that you wanted professionalism around the federation. All right, and some of the professionalism that you have asked for never included the U20s, So why is it you're fighting Craig Butler fight? That's the only thing I will ask Mr. Liam Bailey. So keep it directly to your problem. That's what I would say to Mr. Liam Bailey. And I know that a lot of you guys would agree. I know. So, because we know he's a talented player. But come on, Bailey. If you're going to talk on the situation, make it be about you. I don't want to hear you talking about 5-year-olds, Because you don't know what Mr. Butler's saying. You don't know if it's actually true. You can't just jump to believe everything. Assess the situation first. All right. Jamaica should not include Bailey. Move on and try build the young talents. All right. That is fair. That is fair. He lost it when him first said the best players are overseas. Then the window, he does a complete different thing. Yes, I think a lot of people would say that that's where he lost it. That's where he lost it for me. True Teller said, all I can say is shame on Butler and Leon and the entire federation. So shame on everybody then, True Tells. My goodness. JD, even the case of Whisper, I thought they say Whisper was injured. So them go with injury, joke thing. No, I explained the case of Whisper. He was injured. He was injured. He was injured. He was injured, but you have a clearance protocol of close to 15 to 21 days. So within that time, you always have to consult the team, which you always have to consult the team, period, to get that extra. Because you don't want to buy a player and then that player out here down in Jamaica play box juice football. You don't want that to happen. You have to kind of figure a way out to improve that. So what they have implemented is once you're playing any registered football, you have to get back to your club and get the clearance. So Whisper never had a clearance to play, and that was the problem I heard. And that is big from the JFF to make sure they go through those channels as well. But like, always do things for do things for him best interest and not Jamaica. I think that's the case. Any man can love his own kid, but it takes a special man to love someone else. All right. Real baller said, so JD, did I lick my Ross head? Are you defending Butler and Leon? Oh my God. So guys, have you listened to this conversation? Am I not being as detailed as possible and make sure I have categorized everything and put things in context? Brother, just stop. Just stop. Listen good. What you do, wait until the video finishes, real baller, then you click the video on. All right, because I think maybe it will work out better for you that way. So real baller, because I have done things in different contexts. Early on, I said I'm beat the coach. That did not meant that I am in support of Leon Bailey. I have said, if I've used an example to say that if I was Mr. Butler and my interest is to sell my damn players them, because I believe that they are the best, and my calculation tell me that they are the best. That is a hypothetical situation. It had nothing to do with me. I am saying I'm in support with Mr. Butler to take that stance because that's the person he is. He has never shown me anything different. So why would I expect difference from him? He's going to put those things in his actual books to say that this is what I want. And if you cannot give that to me, I'm not going to give in to you, because I believe my players them are the best, and this is what I'm selling my players. This is what I'm selling my cult. This is what I'm doing. You get me? Come on, man. Come on, man. Please follow the story on Real Baller, because boy, I don't know it. Look, I can make up story on me right now. I can see the coach leaving after Copa. Well, maybe you can get a better coach as well too. You never may know. You never may know. Not saying he's not a good enough coach to get where we are, but I'm saying we have to just dig into everything. Plus, Chelsea have to give him a green light. Yes, man. I had talked on that. Imaxit. Wes Harding retired from cricket and now finally we're gonna go through the squad as well. Mr. Fresh and Clean said, Craig Butler, don't do this with other international football federation. No, but he doesn't have any other international football federation to do it with, Mr. Fresh and Clean, because I thought that he would have done it to them as well if he had that power. You understand me? But I'm telling you, we come see football and one day leave it. Okay. They're moving the goalpost, JD. He's fully brainwashed by Butler. Move on from Leon and Phoenix. There is no defending Craig Butler, but I have not defending Craig Butler. All right. I have not defended Craig Butler 1 second. I am here. If you listen to my statement was not in defense of Craig Butler. It is me knowing who Craig Butler was, and you guys never knew. You just make up stories to make yourself feel good, because he was telling all sort of statement, and then he was presenting something, Leon Bailey, Whisper, and they are local barn players, so it makes you feel like you can touch the sky. So you believed in what he was saying and sell the sensationalism as well, but I never bought it. I knew who he was. That's why every time when it comes on to football selection, I've graded Whisper on exactly where he should be graded comparative to the others. You understand me? But you guys weren't grading him off that. You were grading him off because he's Jamaican and it looks special in your eyes. You understand me? That was a different conversation. All right. Crucial Fact said, it's funny, cause over the years, Bailey used to talk about how committed to Jamaican team, and now turn around with all these no extra knockdown on the country. You're so committed. Well, he thinks that he's committed to what he's doing. JFF Defense Force in full effect. No, 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 man. Mr. Hendrick, I have stated my claim. My claim is to beat who I think is necessary. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and open the Discord so people can come in and give their take. I don't have any phone calls, so I have to work with this what I have. All right. So um, I am the master of backhanded compliments. Jesus God, wow. I never tried to give Mr. Craig Butler a compliment. I'm just telling you who I think the guy is. And it's not, I think so. He told me so. So it's never hard to know. He's telling you, you are just not listening. All right? So that's why I have said my approach have always been different from you, because what you're hearing is not the same thing I'm hearing when he speaks. You understand me? So I couldn't be on the same frequency as you guys because I never believed what you guys believed in. That's all I'm saying. It's not about backhanded compliment, big boss. All right? So I've been saying that, yes, a lot of people have gotten tricked and now they're spinning stories. Let me open the Discord so everyone can speak. Mr. Hendricks, I would love for you to come on since you said backhanded compliments, and then I can share those things. And I have to go into details as well, people, because I had a lot of things to chop up. So let me share the link. Make sure to hit the like button, share, and subscribe. People, you have to speak in context, you know, man. If you had listened to the context each times, you wouldn't say those things. What you're just doing, you're drying up all the stream and just making up stories on what I'm saying, which is not what I'm saying. All right. All right, DJ, can they change a player? No, I don't think they can change a player unless they are injured. All right, they can't change a player unless they are injured. All right, so that's the situation now. So, um, Brian Burke said, I'm surprised it took people so long to see through Butler and Bailey's shenanigans. I just think we have to understand. I think what we have to approach it as is what we are as a people. Every time people comes with the extra um excitement, we seems to not see what it truly means until the excitement calms down, and that is the situation now. Because remember, the reason why people started to see through Mr. Butler more than anyone else, are more, is when you had a next shining light. I'm gonna show you, So what people used was energy to energy. Because when you saw Kaim Dixon came on the scene, and he was talking good about Kaim Dixon until he's not talking good about him anymore. So when Kaim Dixon get picks over Whisper, then he started to talk bad about the player. You understand me? And that's where people started to see, but oh God, this guy is not happy for each individuals. These guys happy for his exact individual. You understand me? So that's when, so now what energy, hype energy is on Kaim Dixon. That's when people actually start to see it, because they skip one energy for the other energy. You understand me? So that's what our people is. Period. They wouldn't just sit down and say, all right then, let me honestly see this. You think that him selling Whisper, him selling Liam Bailey truly helping Jamaica? Because where the money going back to? Some of these guys never played in any other club, or they played in this club, but where are the other players that he's developing? Where the players are connected to? Can his academy alone develop players and they don't play to Jamaica and it benefit Jamaica? Or is it that working? He's gonna put on a show, then he wants 50% of 25% or 30-20% of them just going to a match and scout coming to see them. You understand me? So all of those things put into context, you had questions around the situation. That's all I'm saying. Because I have kept all of those things in my head, and that's how I base my conversation. So we have big bad Demo in the house. Good day, Demo. How are you doing?
Oh, you can hear me, JD?
Yes, man, we can hear you, man. But I was just closing up my
Oh,
point because I don't
yeah,
want people to take me out of context.
yeah, man, that's fine. So big up everybody in the comments and big up yourself. Boss, from morning, I think the disagreement could have been settled quite easily because I think it's just a slight disagreement,
Mm-hmm.
but I think if because man takes it hard for you to understand what I say, right? So the whole thing was everybody was beating Coach Grim
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
for adding him to the squad.
Okay.
Yeah, that you there say, right?
Mm-mm.
Like when him
No.
add him to the squad,
No,
like
no,
we not for adding.
no. I was not saying that. I was saying because of what the guy said before. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, but
Because
yeah,
of
yeah.
all of
Go
that,
ahead,
why
go
him
ahead, go
add
ahead,
him,
go ahead.
right? No, me just want to get say that you that say because man, tell you say it's just a slight tweak to the thing. So you were saying because of everything that happened, why Coach Dream add him to the squad if he never want to play and him say him
Yes,
not come a
because he
Copa
said
and
he already announced that he doesn't want to turn up for none of
all right,
them. You know, he wants to
all right,
focus after that.
cool,
Yeah.
cool. So my thing is, may I say we're not target the wrong person here
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because he added him to the squad because he thought everything was a goal. Like Chong talked to Butler, Butler talked back to him, them talk
Yes.
about this, and then get to the coach, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so him get to the coach and them have a talk, and then them call back each other again, and then before you know it, because up to 12 o'clock, me hear say yesterday, 12 o'clock, he not even the day in the squad yet. But after the conversations, Coach Grim added him to the squad.
Mm-hmm.
So him think that everything is done and then the whole blow up happen and obviously everything never done. Cool. So the disagreement is
Mm-hmm.
when we say we're supposed to beat him is the initial reach out from Coach Grip. Like you know, for reach out to him, none at
Thank
all.
you. Thank
For
you.
me,
Mm-hmm.
but that's what I say is a slight disagreement because
Okay.
I agree say initially him should do it. But at the point of adding him into the squad, I can't beat him for that because him thinks say, yo, there was a goal and there was an agreement made,
But
so him
Dima,
can add him to
Dima,
the squad.
but I had said earlier and me agreed to that take. You know, I had agreed to that what you said.
No, but from you and war over the same thing. You
No,
never
no,
agree.
no, Demo is the part of contact. I have said it, Demo. Pull the video back. I've said this is why you are got to a man but tell us him don't want to play. So it's like you empower him. Remember, empowerment was the argument that I had for the whole day, because these guys
Mhm.
have bad behaviors. So if you give them more power,
Yeah, continue, continue.
so that was my point of problem from day one. I'm saying why you keep on empower these guys and you have equally big players in the squad, just like Liam Bailey. So how are they going to feel? Say you run down this man, and that was my point from morning. It's never when them get the actual clearance to say they can pick him because I had even said in the video once he's available for selection I would have picked him, but it's just the fact that this man saying don't want to play and then him turn up don't want to play. It just come off a way because him say give me them two game. Him now want to come to the Copa and he doesn't want to play the World Cup qualifier. So why you don't wait till
Right.
after those things done? You get me,
All
Demo?
right. So,
That was
so,
my
so,
problem.
so, so all right. So we can agree then. Me not beat him as hard as you know, but me still think say the initial reach out to actually
Mm-hmm.
go to him should do it for true, like the initial
Him
part.
should have waited
But
till when
after
you
him
say
think say
if him
after him think say
yeah.
yo everything was clear and thing, man, I have no problem with
Me
him
not have the problem
adding
with that. Me not
him.
have the problem with that, and I don't think nobody in the chat have a problem with that. If when so for instance, what he did then, because I'm getting clarity now. What he did,
Mm,
he said to them, which is Mr. Speed and the general whatever, that he would want.
mm,
This is the people that I want to get contact to. So obviously, you have to reach out from early to make sure. So that's why. And once Liam Bailey was on that, they know because this man publicly tell them that he didn't want to play no football. So that's why they got
yeah,
even other people. So it was not the strong alone. They tried to get other
yeah,
people to our style in Jamaica. Try get other people that's known to try see if they can talk, reason with him to get the job done. That's
yeah,
how they approached him, and that's
yeah,
where he kind of give them some answer but not a straight answer because he knew that in his back of his head that Mr. Butler had a plan So maybe they wanted everybody to come together, and that's all when Mr. Butler talked to Chung, he brought up the U20s and all of those
Yeah,
things, you know it. So
yeah.
and Liam Bailey himself, I heard him utter that statement. And it need to stop. That's why I call out Liam Bailey now and I say, my brother, at first you started this, you have 3 things on your list. And all of a sudden now it gone to 7 things. What you really want? Because what you have to do with U20s. Stop telling me about
Yeah, exactly.
stop telling me about U20s, brother. You know what you say is not true because you can see say him just him a regurgitate what Mr. Butler said to
What
him.
you're saying.
So
Yeah.
me I beat him, Demo. Me I beat him. But me just want to make sure people point out say the coach is at fault too as well. Because if a man say him don't want to play, why we keep on a run back into these
No,
guys?
my thing is like the energy when you come off with this morning, brother, is like yeah, beat the coach way more than the other man they were supposed to get the beat it.
Hmm?
You see me? It's like yeah, the man way more than Butler fair get that gets and way more than Leon that get beat. I mean I say but the energy and the seem right.
Oh yeah. So yeah, Travis said we sell out. You sell like the shot them. So we get signed by Mr. Butler. Them. Oh my God. No, nothing like that,
And,
Demo man. Nothing like that. I just show me tired and fed up of the coach. Keep on
no,
get
but
up them man. Yeah.
so let me just finish by saying this
Mm-hmm.
because I don't know if nobody is starting there.
Yeah,
And like I
man.
said, I
People are
have
gonna
to run
jump
through.
in. People are jumping. Yeah.
But my thing is, bro, like you just say how him soft and him not have no this and
Yes.
really. I
Yes.
mean, I say,
Yes.
but he's a same man who, when him come in at the program,
Mm-hmm.
the JFP ban Blake and say them not
Yes.
using
Yes.
Andre Blake.
Yes.
And the man
Yes.
say, oh, I need my best keeper, put him back in the squad. These are the same man who decide to put Whisper in the team when he
Mm-hmm.
never play no ball. And
Mm-hmm.
then Ravel never get selected for the same reason, and then it cause a big uproar. And same say, you know what, I make a mistake. Fear is fear. I
Mm-hmm.
can't pick Whisper and not pick Ravel and Ray. And the man says so boom and him drop
Okay.
Whisper and him say, yo, not playing a ball, Ray. The same man say Bailey broke him curfew.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, bro, you broke my curfew. You have to go get a rate. You see me? So it's not like the man putting a discipline on the thing. The man show over the time he's been here that he's made tough decisions before.
Oh, yeah,
So it's
all
like
right.
no the
Which
man
which is
come
fair,
and,
Demo. Which is fair from your side, Demo. But what if I have written down
and
10 other instances.
and them things
So Demo, what if I had written down 10 other instances where he does stuff that he goes back on his word and it was influenced by other people, and I know
well
the
you have
proof.
to show
Okay,
me
so I
them
have to show
things
it him.
certain
Okay, and then you will
yes.
understand where I'm coming from. Okay, no problem. All right,
You have to
I,
put it to the public.
where's that?
So
I have to
that's
put it
it.
out in the public too as well. Okay, all right,
Yes.
all right, all right, all right. No problem,
You
Demo.
can do
No
the
problem.
beat the man secretly.
No, no.
Like me I go say in my head, it's like you have agenda against the
Okay, I
man.
have
Because
no
that's what
agenda. I have no agenda against him. I have no agenda against him. I know a lot of public things that he did outweighs what you said he did. Like how much times he actually stood up and do things, and some of the times
no,
what
but
he corrected, he's
yeah,
correcting his own
perfect.
mistakes as well. Few of the
You
times
expect
he,
a perfect coach.
I don't hear
You're
that.
not supposed to. No, man, say if you expect a perfect coach.
No, I'm not. I'm not expecting a perfect coach, but I can acknowledge that if something is outweighing, like the mistakes are outweighing the actual non-mistakes at this point. Because if you said the whisper inclusion, clearly that was not down to only oh he made a mistake. No, that was on purpose. That was because you keep on opening up your doors for make more than one people select the teams. When the man him sign him, Mr. Butler, Mr. Speed keep on telling you that him sign one man for picking team. I mean, Mr. Speed keep on I tell people that again. I know you're here, But you hear this man come out and I
Mm-hmm.
tell us a 3 man pick the team, and now you realize a 4 man it a extend I pick the team now. You understand me? Because even the joint stake of you try to reach out to Bailey to try convince things, and then a next man come on to make the 5 man. We are try convince a man we're saying the one play for the national team. So all them thing there because him have so much people pick the team from day one. Why I think he's making so much mistakes, Demo, because that selection of Whisper was not down to him. I am telling you, it was not down to him, bruh. And just like
So
yeah, go ahead.
No, so how much people you would say is fair for helping pick the team as a new coach coming in and stuff. How much people you think he mentioned on the radio
Mm-hmm.
that there's like over 250 players in the
Yes.
database and
Yes.
he cannot go through it by himself, brother. So how much people you think are gonna help him to do all of that someday?
You can this you can assign your assistants them as people, the extra scouts to pass players, but you will get everyone on your desk and you contact everybody. Every other coaches in the world contact everybody, as you are the final man. I don't respect the stick
Okay,
of him not contacting everybody. You're leaving other
okay.
things to other people, and that need to stop. And that's where I think
No,
some of the
no,
confusion I'm causing.
I don't think that's true. I think he has the final say in most of the teams that him select.
So you think he contacted everybody, or people turn up the demo because you think him have the final say when him come up there, or him contact everybody on the list when them presented.
But the man, they all over the place. I talk to players, and I remember that's why I missed the JPL finals because him did it overseas and I try contact players,
Yes,
for coming.
no, that is the reason with people. Big boss, big. I said that even I'm not, Mr. James. I don't have any calling. I posted a link. You can call through there. Emo, you contacting players to get them interested in Jamaica. That's not the same as contacting them every time, Demo. Like every window, the final 23 man on the list. Demo,
Yeah,
several times the man don't know about players on him list, Demo. Come on, the man I say that I'm one more, Demo. It's something that him say. Say that man put in a man in a team, him not really know about him and everything. Say, how can it
you
be?
never hear him say that yet. Me never hear him say that yet.
All right, Demo. Tell you what, me I got
No, but
reason out
never
it. You
tell.
give no, Demo. What you gonna do? You present some things for make me find the facts and feet, and I will take
No.
the time and
What I
find
can
them.
say though, JD,
Mm-hmm.
is like the not Leon Bailey, but the other Bailey when they add to the list is like probably might get some misinformation from people, like
Mm-hmm.
just like this now. It's like him get the go ahead for put Bailey Cadamarteri in the team,
Mm-hmm.
and put him there and come back and shame him. Like, me don't know how them things they happen. Like you as the coach supposed to, like I say, make contact and find out what's what. So it's either some communication breakdown happen or him just never talk to him for true. So that me say that for myself. But the other things them way I say,
You know, see
like
it
me
as yet.
never hear him say people are
Okay.
put them in himself
People
and that.
people literally tell us that him said. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna try find people. What you can do, I am gonna make a specific part of my Discord. So anytime I'm gonna click the contents and we can put it there so other people can just title it so other people can see. Because sometimes
Yeah,
it's like me, I collect too much information and everybody don't have the time for watch everything and listen to what the man say. You know, so but
yeah.
Dima, he
So,
had
yeah.
said it. He had said it.
Just as a boss, me feel like it appreciate man too much
Okay.
this morning. It kind of calmer to now. I don't know if you really angry or whatever, but me feel like the energy, the fire blaze more pan Butler who come out on national radio and I
Mm-hmm.
talk about and being get a vacation since 2016. I'm like, what? Him is a special footballer then. I saw him schedule, but crazy. I'm sure Bobby Reed playing at the same Premier League and he's been on a vacation.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
oh, a vacation since 2016.
Yes, yes, yes.
Like, the man come on the radio and just say some outlandish stuff, brother. And
But Demo,
like,
that's what we are arguing now. Because the fans them believe in him. Because all them are work it out in a Demo. It's like the less of two evil, you know. So they
yeah,
know they agreed that Mr. Butler do all sort of foolishness, you know. But them believe say the JFF are the worst. So that's why, for me, I have always stand from a point of honesty. Let me bring the truth from both sides and then tell you. Because why me say Mr. Why I had said the coach will get beaten, you know, emo. It is to show people say I never the JFF contact this man. I never them get up and say them I go try get Liam Bailey on the team. And the coach
yeah,
wanted him
yeah.
on the paper. So that take away the case where Mr. Butler go sell to people, say the coach at the JFF pick the team. You know, understand, Demo? Because at that time I go with next, so I have to make sure the people know. So I never the JFF make this contact for them own,
No,
and this
that's
man
fair.
said
That's
this.
fair.
You understand me? So we make sure we clear
That's
that
fair.
part. So me want then I blame the coach for that entry, and then now after me go over Lee and BLM, but Demo, you never hear me I say what I have said.
No,
I
man.
have no other Bailey and Butler. Me not think of them no other way from what them I do now. And this is what me dey think from
Yeah.
them from day one. So me expect a man that only self-centered to look for himself, Demo. Mr. Butler, if you know a self-centered person and Demo, the man tell us him self-centered, cause him literally
Oh,
turn up and say, if for me, all I'm a play them a play night. You can see Palmer better than midfield youth name. Well, I don't even know him they know, but wherever I'm there.
well,
Then
JD, you know my thing on Craig Butler already, boss. You just, like
yeah, but no,
when
but remember, your argument is, you thought that I was going too hard on the coach, and my energy should be flipping on them. But I'm saying, Dimo, if me know who them people is, why me should
yeah,
give them my energy is because I'm
um,
disappointed in the coach. Why me have that
yeah,
anger there? Because me I say, why you keep
we
on
get
do
that,
this?
we get that. So let me
Mm-hmm,
just ask two more things because I
mm-hmm,
have to go away. I may
mm-hmm,
just give them something else. Even
mm-hmm.
just want to give me an answer.
Yeah, man.
The first one is percentage wise, how much of the blame yeah put on the coach in terms of percent, like 80%,
And
90%.
who is included? Everybody in this conversation, like Liam Bailey,
Yeah,
Craig
man,
Butler.
both everybody.
Okay.
Wait, no, yes. Before you answer that though, that are the second part of the question, percentage wise. The first part is like me get a different revelation in terms of like me no want to say it's an excuse why Greenwood initially made the contact,
Mm-hmm.
but somebody just put my mind. Like obviously, me know say people not gonna say it, but Leon Bale is a vital part in terms of um players coming into the team. Zine, like in terms of from overseas. Him
Mm-hmm.
can talk to players. Him have a big influence in a that. Zine.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, you know the links them with the Reese Nelson and all them something. Then you see my party with them and Ray. And somebody say like, what if the coach just wanted on the man good side because he's actually recruiting players same way. Him still want
Okay.
players to come into the team. And because of the influence they barely have on some of these players, is like, him always remember say Bailey and Hallgrímsson say them have a good relationship with each other, from
Mm-hmm.
before,
Mm-hmm.
The two
Mm-hmm.
of them say it out of them mouth.
Yes,
Zine?
yes,
And
yes.
maybe I'll stay on him good side, like in terms of recruiting wise, like it just put a different thing in the work. So with that being said, how much percentage you would have put on the coach to actually initially make the call?
All right. To make the call, I think if you look at it from that side, and we had these guys in the country, and maybe even if they start their papers and the guy, as what I said, which is fair because the guy had posted and tagged Liam Bailey in it, one of the persons that
Yeah,
we would have
exactly.
wanted. So when you look at that and you're saying that you saw the transaction, and obviously he doesn't have a direct contact to Liam Bailey anymore, like he at the last time he said he tried to get Liam Bailey and then he never got him, and then he had to call Mr. Butler, and Mr. Butler and then Liam Bailey said his response in the actual interview was him don't know who him a deal with. So like Liam Bailey said
Mm,
from when him upset him no want to talk to nobody. So
yeah,
I so he has to be looking in his own self to say, all right then, the player no want the player influence them bad. So let me try reach out to say that at least me printing on the paper say you're right. And
yeah,
may I try to do everything for the best side. So let me reach out to you. Me kind of when I come off of the first stream, I kind of look at it and say, all right, then you know what? For this specific incident, I am not gonna blame him 100%. I'm gonna give him 75 because I could have sue him. I do. I'm
oh,
a kind of say that 25% makes sense
yeah,
to try get the other players them in. So I understand where I come from. That's what I tell you. Say my anger was
yeah.
me
So
just say
so so you
upset.
see,
Say this man turn me down again, and it's like
but kitchen, right? That was like the devil's advocate question
mm-hmm,
because
mm-hmm.
guess what? The opposite is true because what he is doing right now it literally not help for bringing players, you know. Like him actions now not helping. You get what I say?
Yes,
So
yes.
even though I say that in terms of the devil advocate question, like he's literally not helping the cause by behaving like we might behave and turning down call ups and ray. So you know, but well, it just kind of sticky. It's a tricky situation to deal with as a coach, and that's why coaching so hard. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes, yes. But that's what I say. My gripe with the coach is over several situations, and I don't like the way they speak condescending from the first day they are here. Everything that they have done is what the fans have told them in advance, and they did it and it works.
Mhm.
Lembe Kisa, all of those mistakes, I still have them up for it because I was telling them from day one, and they talk about Brown being perfectly all right, and then they don't pick Javier Brown again, and then it's Lembe Kisa alone. They are now doing his thing, struggling and to keep up that same form. So all of those things that I
Yeah,
factored in. So that's why you could have understood where I'm coming from to say that I saw these guys making mistakes over mistakes, and it always come back to it's like they have a forceful preference of local players when them
yeah,
themselves I tell you say certain players cannot cut it. You understand me? So why
yeah.
is it like for instance the U20 coach come out and say that can't work, you know. And you see since
Mm-hmm.
them remove him and put him in a different location, you see him attitude kind of shrink you know, like obviously it's your job, you're doing a job, but if you
Yeah,
stand, you have to stand for what if I believe in something, my rather don't take the job, Demo. My rather don't take the job if me think some people force me
true.
into
But
being
this
an
DJ, you have to
all right,
run to get your train.
all right,
But my
respect.
glad say you come down to 75%. Which,
All right, all right. The eternal warboat, Demo. All right, big up yourself, big boss. All right, so I pinned the link on the Discord so people can come in and give their take. I saw people calling in. My kid is sleeping upstairs, so I can't put my phone on speaker. For that unnecessary war on the loudspeaker. All right, yes. So just come in the Discord. I have my earplug in, and you can talk. All right. 80%, 20%. Okay. Rowan Thomas said, coming off unconvincing performance in World Cup qualifier, coach wanting to have his best player. All right. Grimton Jamaican topic. No, it was not the Jamaican topic. Brown no good JD. Well, Young Kings, they told us all sort of story what's wrong with him in that time. To tell you that they never wanted to use Lambakisa. And no, that is the one that they are relying on. But every so you can't disrespect the fans, and they're always making it look at the fans of Jamaica don't have any sense and don't know anything. But yet still everything that they have bleached on for the longest time, that's what you're running down. Even the other day, they're running down for people on YouTube, the same people that they said don't have any sense to promote for them. They want visual, they need to contact people that they say don't have any sense. So why is it you guys are heavily reliant on the people that don't have any sense? You understand me? So what that makes you, if you have to rely on the people that don't make any sense, and you alone in a corner of sense, what that makes you? That tell me that you're dumber than what you actually thinks. Because if you can't sort the problem yourself, and the people that you think are dumber actually sort it out for you, why something is wrong. All right, you see where I'm coming from. So they need to take a different approach, or else people not gonna respect them. You understand me? Because if you soften yourself, people can have time for that. People can sympathize for your mistakes. But once you behave like that, people will beat you when you make those blatant mistakes. All right. So that is up for Leon Bailey and the coach now. So we're gonna move into the other conversations. All right. All right. So let me close this one now. Just like 730, sometimes goal is like 750 career. Okay, okay. All right, so let we move into some more organized discussion, because obviously we had the Copa. Now we know the squad. Now we know the squad. All right, so this is the squad. You're seeing it on the sidebar right there, people. On the sidebar, all right. Yeah, all right, so this is it on the sidebar. Shaquan Davis, I've talked early on it. The discard lock off. Oh, maybe it lock off Jason right as you come in because you just come in and type in a discard instant. So, oh, you just in a discard I would never see in a chat. Sure. Pretty easy, man. Just, let me just go through my next topic. Let me just go through my next topic, sir. I have planned out my show and let me just work with my topics, sir. Out of respect for my topics, Jason, let me work with my topics, sir. All right? Yes, let me work with my topics, sir, Jason. All right? Yeah, man. Not your timing. Because all of a sudden you're just peeking. This card lock off. Get me for fool. So you were sneakingly here watching. Yes. Oh my god, this brother is something else. Let me remove this damn thing for now. And let me go through my topics right here. Unpin. Alright, so let me go through the topics just to get everything up. So this is a squad. Shaquan Davis, Andre Blake, Connor Boyce Clark, Jamali Wade. Those are the goalkeepers. We heard what happened with Andre Blake. We know. I don't think he's going to feature none at all. If he features, that would be very good. But I wouldn't force him to feature when all of the year he had problems. Then and it's a very much inexperienced squad. Inexperienced goalkeeping pool for me. Yes, Shaquan Davis, Connor Boyce Clark, Jamal Wade has the most experience, and he's still inexperienced, to be honest, to lead the pack. So I do believe that at the same time, Blake being there, I'm wondering if he could have been there without being on the list, like be a part of the staff itself, without being on the list. So you could have brought someone else to fill that gap right there. All right. No, I'm not thumping him up, none at all. I've just said what I'm saying because if I shut my discard and then he comes in and said the discard closed, that is his problem. Yes, I had the discard open for the longest time. All right, let me see the likes on the video. All right, 150 likes, guys. Keep on getting it up. Thump up the likes. 250, 300, 400 should not be a problem. It's already here. Respect the work. All right. Yeah, man. At least you know we talk sense. For every like that you give us, we talk sense for that like. Believe me. All right. Dexter Lembekisa, Deshaun Bernard, Greg Lee, Damian Lowe, Mike Elector, Richard King, Wesley Hardin, Ethan Pinnock, John Bell, Omari Bell. So John Bell added in. Omari Bell was injured and still injured based on what I heard, and he should make it to the second round if Jamaica reaches second round. All right, so that's the second player on the list. I could understand Omari Bell getting fit enough to play, but I think Blake is further along than Omari Bell. So, and Ethan Pinnock had an injury before he came out. We never knew the reason why John Bell wasn't never continued in the first place. All right, so we have gone through 3 injured players, so we don't know the full condition of Ethan Pinnock, but I'm assuming that he is decent enough to play. All right. Yes, but definitely 2 injured players out of it, so that's still limiting the pack of players so far. Then when you move on to midfield, all right. Oh, for the defenders, this is how I look at the defenders. I think the defenders, because I think Wes Arden would be what he brings. Let me give you Wes Arden's strength. Let me give you Wes Arden's strength. All right, he's a guy that I wanted to be in the team a long time now. So this is Wes Arden. Wes Arden is 27 now. Running up in age, 1.2 million market value. So far, 181 meter right there. So he's just under 6 foot. All right, so maybe he's in the right range of a center back. Yes. But what he brings, as I saw here, he had 24 appearances in the championship this season, 3 goals scored, and then he made an appearance in the FA Cup. That's 26 games he played this year so far. All right, he can play all 4 positions, and if you include wing backs, he can play the wing backs as well. And I think he can play either right and left midfield, but I don't think he's up for that at the highest ilk. Don't think so. All right. What he brings is physicality, good motor, which is more stamina, something that Jamaica lacks because that's what Dominicus had said that we shut off in the 68th minute, and that's what they were using to take advantage of Jamaica right there. All right. Yes. Him coming in, I could see him being a replacement for Dexter Lembekisa if he's tired. Yes, because I do think that the central mid defenders defending pool is definitely full. So I would only see him as a right back in this, which took our in a three. He could have been one of those personnels in a three, and he could have been one of those personnels in a three to play the wing back role as well. So he adds versatility to the team, and his physicality and stamina definitely will help situation that we just found out that people targeting Jamaica for. So that in my belief, I think that is perfectly a good addition to the squad based on what he brings to the squad and what the squad lacks. The exact thing we heard someone talked about Jamaica, that's what they brought in. So I have to give the coach credit to that personnel that's coming in, which we wanted him in the team a long time because I thought that he's above a lot of other people. All right. So let me go back here. Let me go back here. So we have right back, two right back, two right wing back. If that's the case, we have two left wing back, two left back. So it kind of fit in right there. And you have he's also a centre back. Both of them, John Bell is also a centre back. So if you want to use just three centre backs and you have any problems, I think you should still have the ability to sort out that centre back pool right there. All right. Yes. So for the defense line, I would say that it's all right. This is almost our full strength one. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. If Bell and Blake can be solid, I would say that the back line, to the defense and the goalkeeper could be clearer to a full strength team. And then the midfield now. The midfield is Casey Palmer, Kevin Lambert, Bobby Reed, Alex Marshall, Joel Latibody are named as a midfielder. And definitely he's also a centre back as well. He plays in the centre back, so maybe they will swap low to Latibody in that defender to midfielder switch. All right. Then we have Kara Anderson. So as what I've said earlier on, Casey Palmer adds something to it. Kevin Lambert adds something to it. Then Bobby Reed adds something to it because obviously the versatile player. As you go to midfield, the strikers up to forwards. Yes, he's definitely that player. Latibody here, I think his technical ability adds something completely different to the team. Completely different to the team. All right, so as what people never wanted him in the midfield, I'm surprised that they still listed him as a midfielder, maybe just to throw off the people and belief on the actual squad. Kara Anderson showcased what he could have offered in the last game. Clearly, he was one of them that brought back the game to Jamaica. And it's proving that you need real midfielders to play a real midfielder role. You understand me? All right. JD Jason moving like Golem from a lot of. I don't know what he's doing, but all I know that I am not in his foolishness. What he's doing. I put my program on not to work with Jason's timing and Jason's business. That is his business. Blake has to be in the squad so he can be around the team. He didn't have to be in the squad to be around the team. He could have been working with the squad. Yes. Him can play midfield. JD question. I don't know. I don't know if he can play in the central of midfield. I don't know at all. But obviously, if he has the technical ability to get certain things done, maybe they try to force him in midfield. But I don't see that happening because you have Latibody here, you have Kevin Lambert, Casey Palmer, Bobby Reed, Karai Anderson. You have five true people that can play in midfield. You get me? And you might only require 3 out of that, which I'm going to build a list from the 26 to show you how the starting 11 would have looked based on how we have always played the team. All right? Yes. As I've said, Alex Marshall, I know a lot of people got upset today because I had said that I don't know what happened, like how we do this selection, because he never got enough minutes in the whole damn games. So the little time that he got, which I'm going to pull up here, let me go on Saka Sofa. Saka Sofa. Saka Sofa. So we're going to go on Saka Sofa and we're going to pull up Alex Marshall. All right, 1 second. Alex Marshall. All right, Alex Marshall. So Alex Marshall, just to pull it up to get the games that he played. All right. So for Jamaica, he stayed on the bench for Damrep game, right? Stayed on the bench at Damrep game, and then he came in for Dominica. So in that time, he has shown so much in that time that he gets picked over other people. I am still kind of confused to that. That is the big question I'm asking. You know, did he do so much in that time that he gets picked for that game? Let me try and bring up his stats for you to see, people. All right, so let me see Alex Marshall. You guys saw so much from him. He came in the 64th minute for Dixon. In that time, you saw so much from him. He had 13 touches, tried one dribble, he failed that one. 6 of 6 passing, which is 100% accuracy. That is good. Crosses, he tried one, he never pulled it off. He lost his 2 ground duels. He lost possession 3 times. He committed a foul. He had 1 clearance and 1 interception in that time, which is good as well. So have you seen enough from him? Let me know. All right. Wizarding can play CDM. Okay, I'm not sure of that, so I'm not going to say it. All right. How Alex get in the squad, only God can tell us. No, I'm just asking, have you seen him play good enough? Because I thought he came in and he was one of the players them that led to Dominica trying to get on us and felt the need to pass the line comfortable. You know, because a lot of them came on and they looked weaker. Deshaun Beckford looked a little bit weaker. Alex Marshall looked a little bit weaker. I don't know if it's a second game, but he never played the first game. So I don't think it would have affected him so much. You get me? But those 2 guys came in, they looked a little bit weaker, getting pushed off the ball a lot. So those were the little problems I had right there. All right. Wizarding have more energy than Low, plus him can dribble the ball. Yes, he's technically better than Low as well. Very strong, equally like Low. You know, Fabi Frano said it's not just the previous game. A lot of what happened is usually in training and what the coach is looking for. Okay, Frano. All right, fair enough. All right. Would choose Adrian Reed over Marshall. Millie, Milo Uncut. Boy, that's why I was asking, if you're going with Dixon, why don't just go with kids completely? You know, Butler will tell you Alex is there because he used to be at Cavalier one time. Okay, I had not said that. He's Jason making up stories. All right, Marshall wasn't selected on merit. That's what I Revive saying. Marshall only retain the ball good when he came on. Yeah, well, we saw that. We have to give him credit for what he did in the time that he spent on the field. All right, so that's it for them. Then we go up forward. The forward, let me go quick. The forward was Shamar Nicholson, Michael Antonio, Kaim Dixon, Ronald Cephas, Damar Gray, and Leon Bailey. All right, so and we talk about Leon Bailey. We're not going to touch that back. Daniel Johnson. So the coach had said that Daniel Johnson people, Daniel Johnson, the coach had said in the game for Daniel Johnson, he played both of the games, and the first one he played longer. So let me take out the first one stats. All right, the first one he played longer, and the coach said he looked a little bit leggy. So if him look leggy, and he did better than Low in the game. So how is it Low still on the squad, but he's not on the squad? So and we have more centre backs than midfielders, because he was the one calm the pace down when Low was causing us the problems in bad positions, and Damrep was exploiting that, you know. So you see what I'm saying? So even when, that's why I have to always kind of beat the coach sometimes, because I'm saying, if you said what is he not doing, All right, because what we are seeing from him, he's doing more, even if he doesn't have the same energy. And obviously, he has not been playing for the longest time, but he's still doing more than the other people. He's still doing more than the other guys them that makes the team. So what merit they made the team on if they are fully playing every game, but he still do more than them on the field. 71 minutes, 46 touches, completed 31 of 37 passes, which is 84%. Had one key pass in the game, tried across, he failed at one. 1 of 4 long balls, 2 of 9 ground duels, which is bad there. And he lost the aerial one, and he lost possession 11 times. Committed 3 fouls, but had 1 interception, 2 tackles, and 1 dribble pass. So you see, these are so. But at least he gave some stories on why they didn't pick him, and clearly he said him came to an understanding as well. JD, a quarter why he's there. I don't think he should be in the team. Maggie would have been a better option. Wow. On another note, though, if you ask me to make a pick between Marshall and Adrian Reed, I would go for Reed. Okay, so so I think nobody else is not complaining. Eagle probably said Greg Lee will keep his spot at left back, I believe. If Amari Bell is full health, I think whatever happened, Greg Lee will still keep his spot. Amari Bell will not be at full health. He will not be at full health, you know, because it take a while to get back up to that level. DJ is not tackling, and he passes the ball backward mostly. Do you realize that Damrep passes the ball backward mostly, but yet still they reached forward? Is it that we don't have the connectivity in midfield to do those triangle passes like what Damrep doing? Because it takes more than one person to do a triangle pass. Or we ain't seen that. So is it that it doesn't fit the coach's system? Because I'm sure if DJ was on Damrep team, he would have looked like a general and scored 6 goals when we are set up 6 goals. So is it that the style that we're playing in just don't suit these players? Follow my not. And that's why we are trying to run go back for a player to fit our wing transition more than a technical style of playing. You look at that, follow my not, be honest, you look at that, you realize that you realize the players that we're trying to go for, rather than the players that we want to keep. All right. You see, now I just asking a fan because we have the information, we have the data, and we're looking at it, and it's kind of matching up to what his system is, right? Because I think that sometimes these players come in this team, they have to overwork themselves to even make an impact, because this is not what they truly do. Point of interest, I see all overseas players reposting the squad list on their Instagram, but not the local barn players them. So you went through all of the players them, because I never had a clue. All of that happened, you know. A lot of what Grim says makes no sense when you look closely at the selection. Reed create a big chance in 1 minute and as much higher upside, and the position he plays, we might need the cover more than where Marshall plays, which is true. Ebert, big up yourself. Thanks for being a massive respect. John Russell, yeah, John Russell is not in the team. I think that most of these midfielders not getting selected, it has nothing to do with their ability. It has everything to do with the coach that we have. Period. All right, period. Because there is no planet, not one planet that I can say Reed is better than John Russell. It's not true. Reed is not better than John Russell or Daniel Johnson, but I could see where they're saying that they're going for young kids and put Reed in. It's just not working, man. I'm telling you, these selection, I have to go with J.R. says. It's just all over the place. You get me? And I honestly believe it's because of the bunch of people that selecting teams. That's all I'm going to say, and I'm going to stick on that, you know? Yeah, I am a little shocked that he didn't keep Daniel Johnson. Didn't get a call up, especially when he's super level headed and in midfield. Yeah, man. But I have a feeling that I have a feeling with the Copa because I want to move to the Copa squad. I want to move to the Copa squad because I had 2 hours and I've already gone 1.5 hour. I might have to extend it. Let me know if we have reached 200 likes on the videos yet, because I might have to extend it, but I need my likes. I need my likes. JD, with so many defenders, I think we going with a 5 at the back. Ooh, I think that's the only. Let me slide. Let me try set up everything, people, because I think that's the only way. Only way to go. 5 at the back. 5 at the back is the only way to go. I think Ethan Pinnock coming off injury would be the best situation for Ethan Pinnock as well, so he doesn't have to pressure himself if they are going to start him. So 5 at the back. Um, I think this is how it's going to look. The 5 at the back. Yeah, this is exactly how it's going to look. People don't answer it, man. So did did because the whole Bailey scenario, I believe, will have some mental effect on the players. Well, I think so as well. I think so, because that means you're telling the other midfielder that they are not as good as Leon Bailey. You're posting that Leon Bailey is the biggest, the big baller. Which he's one of the big ballers, but he's not the best baller on Jamaica team. So the fact that you're skipping that, sometimes it makes other people not feeling comfortable. Let me maximize this for you, people. Let me maximize that for you, so we can continue the conversation. All missing from Jamaica team is a baton, because if you're not fast sprinting, the coach don't want you in the midfield. Okay. I agree. Johnson is one of the most skilled midfielder we have. Maybe he's not in top form, which we all know that. But you have to reason it out. But I am surprised he played versus Dominica, and no, he's not in the Copa team. That is true. And then people that never played actually make the team. So they were so good that you never need to see them played against a difficult Dominican team to know that they are good enough to play for the next team. But Demo, the stress is at all-time level, man. For you, if I know I'm trying to support my brother Demo, but god damn, man. Big up Z, thanks for being here. The team are worse than 3 years. All right, all right. Why Grimmy said Bailey is the best baller. Yeah, but he has always done that. That's the same thing he did when Omari Hutchinson came here, and all he's doing. Oh, Whisper is gonna be the greatest baller Jamaica ever have in life. So maybe he has that belief. Maybe that's what he came here to do. Empower and sell cocoa juice. And that's why people keep on saying why I'm beating him. But some of these statements that I heard him made, I am just saying, bro, where are you getting these things from? And everything you said just don't turn out. It just don't turn out. So where are you getting these stories from? Yeah, why you want me say train? Why not go on your business? Yeah, JD, the selection doesn't make much sense currently. But I want to see what the coach and the back room must see to come with a selection. All right. He's talking about overall, as in club result. Or you're talking about no, but Omar Hutchinson was the star, like, coming in. So if the man come on and play 2 Trinidad game, you know, one year about where I tell people about the greatest, and next man will never even play a professional football match in his life. You're gonna come and talk them foolish instead. So must cocoa juice yourself, people, brother, because I never believe in them stuff there. So that's all me I say. Anyways, let me start with my list right here. So my list, wait will get back the call. All right, so guys, we saw Wait had some problems. Some challenges in claiming balls out of his box. Um, Yeah, people in goal, we saw Wait had some problems, you know. Both games, Wait was not the weight that we expected, you know. So should we let wait a little bit longer? Should we make wait a little bit longer and put Connor Boyz Clark in goal? Or we're going with or we're going with or we're going with or we're going with Davis. Or we're going with Davis. What say you? I think I would put Connor Boyz Clark, you know, in goal. You know. I think Boyz Clark he has a little bit more height. I think it's time for Boyz Clark to start shining, you know. So Wait keeps his spot. Our Revive says, Jesus God. So after Wait get two games that we can say that he made some error. He made an error in the first game, and then he made two in the next game. So you don't think it's time for we to try the sensation that we have been building up for the last 2.5 years? We said that we love to give sensational people the chances. So you don't think it's the time for we to give the sensational player the chance? What say you? No, Blake is not going to be Simone. Blake is not going to be in this selection. So it's between Wait and Connor Boyz Clark at this point. And I got to say Connor Boyz Clark. Alright? I got to say Connor Boyz Clark. Yes, Eagle Public, but we'll finish with it, you know. We finish with it. Come here, cuz. So we finish with it now, Eagle Public. We're working with this one. Blake is not fit as yet. No, Blake won't be fit none at all. Alright? Blake is just there to provide some hype to the team because we need the hype, you know. And Blake will do a good job in that respect, to be honest. Look, Wait will not wait. Goalkeeper coach mentioned last night that Boyz Clark and S. Davis are keepers for the future. Okay, well, I think he's making a mistake as well. So I guess. all right. So people, Boyz Clark are going away. So hold on. You know what I can't understand? The only reason why this keeper not playing for Jamaica already is because he's born in England. If this man was coming from Jamaica and go through what he went through, he would have been forced in the starting spot or close behind Blake a long time ago. Alright, so we will stop with foolishness. The man deserve a chance. The man deserve a chance. So Boyz Clark are go in at the net. Yes, Martin I agree. Boyz Clark are go in at the net. But all of a sudden, we have Manuel 20. All of a sudden we have developmental policies included for them. But all of the other man them when them are 10 years old, them have to play. Because alright, lord. Knowing Clark hasn't played for him since lately and he used Wait a few times. Yeah, but I'm asking you, based on what you saw, these guys are more talented, you know. These guys can put the ball anywhere you want, you know, people. Alright? JD Kanaya is good, but for some reason the coaching staff doesn't rate him. No, it is because he was not born here. Believe me. I'm not gonna stop saying these things here, people. Because I am telling you, because of that. Big up for the super chat, big boss. Friend squad. Yeah, man. Simple as that. I'm telling you. If this man was born in Jamaica, he would have been hyped up way further. Alright, and he would have been pushed way further. He gets accolades coming into Jamaica that nobody else got. And the one tournament that went in U20s. He was one of the best goalkeeper of the tournament. Alright? Yes, and show good skill sets at higher level than anyone else, included Wait as well, included Wait. So, you know, for me, I had said that he never played much games. So, yes, I can understand. But we see Wait and Wait making mistakes. Wait made 3 mistakes. Wait made 3 mistakes, people. 3 mistakes in 2 games against 2 average teams. No, you're gonna go up against bigger teams. You don't tell me that you're gonna factor those things in. Come on, man. Come on, man. But it's okay. It's okay. Bailey is our Messi. Stop the 8. Whatever, determine. Just stay by yourself, yeah, man. JD, you are say wait over Clark. What changed now? Fan of mine, look at fan of mine that never watched the game, brother. Fan of mine that. He's shorter. Let me make sure. Let me make sure to get it here. To Jamali wait. Jamali wait. Let me see if they have his height here. 183. So Jamali weight is just under 6 foot. Or maybe he's on the dotted line of 6 foot then. He's on the dotted line of 6 foot. They are saying that Boyz Clark is 191. So that means he's 6'4". He's 6'4" now. His agility is very good for a 6'4" keeper. His passing out is very good as well. His awareness is very good as well. And his definitely reflex and keeping ability is very good as well, because we saw him played like that. And all I'm saying is we saw the last 2 games. Weight definitely cost us some big chances. And if the player was a little bit better, he would have scored on Jamaica. Jamaica could have been up to 2-0 down before Jamaica even knew what happened in the game. And we're talking about Dominica. We're talking about it. We're not talking about any other thing. All right. So let me show you. So these are the teams that we're playing: Mexico, Ecuador, and Venezuela, Jamaica. All right. Mexico, Ecuador, Venezuela, Jamaica. All right. All of these teams are better than the teams that we just played. All right. All right. So, but I don't like short keepers, but he's a solid keeper now. But I'm just saying, those errors, I think I would have given him a breather and then rally back. That's all I'm saying, people. That's all I'm saying. Just rally back after. That's all. All right. Let me. Oh, people talking about this is the link. We lack confidence. He played out of the goal. Yeah, so real baller, is it real baller or Fanaminat? Fanaminat. So based on what you saw in the other games, are you okay and confident that he's the man to go in the games, or you would have tried something different? Because remember, you're working on things, Remember, even though greetings, Rice Acting. Thanks for being here. Remember, at the same time, this is to work on other games, It is to work on other games, like for World Cup qualifiers or Nations League as well. You understand me? Yes, Mr. Jason, you're here.
Yeah, JD, what go on? I saw you fly back the gate, so maybe
No,
want forward
I
in.
dropped the link because Mr. Dre anyway said so, yeah, so I dropped the link for that, but you come in.
Adre, okay. Respect Dre for us.
You come in, so I'm not going to refuse you being here. I'm just gonna ask you. Father Mine said he's the most experienced, and I don't see Jamaica playing a high line to get caught out. Jesus God. So hold on there, Jason. Oh, you don't see them playing in this tournament? Because we just got caught out 5 times into 5 times? No, yeah, 5 times, because 4 of them was actual with Dominica. Obviously, maybe we never respect Dominica, none at all. Maybe that's the case. So you might be right.
Yeah, we had 10 players, 9 players attacking at times. So yeah, I think it was disrespect at the times in terms of balancing on the pitch when we attack. Definitely. But as far as this goalkeeping conversation goes, the way I see it, the goalkeeping situation is a cutthroat business, right? It's a little bit, you can't really give them as much time due to when errors are made in that position, it affects the team much greater. So, I think 2 games played, he had, I would say, 4 errors in total. 3 of them were, I think, indecisiveness, whether to come off the line or not. I think that put him in a lot of problems. And then I thought he erred as well when he set the wall. I thought he stood up too far behind his wall.
So you're finding other problems to beat him. Oh God.
No, I'm just saying what I saw. You know what I'm saying? And when he set that wall, he was in the middle of his goal. He should have been more to the side where the goal was scored, and trust his wall to block that side of the goal. But for those things, I would say, listen, Kanaya Boyce Clark is not really new to the system. He's been around a lot of windows. He was at an entire Gold Cup as well. So I don't think this will be new for him as far as his teammates. No, what will be new is, playing, basically starting for Jamaica in such a big game. But at the same time, I think, for them to keep him around the team for so long, obviously they see potential in him. And I feel like what time like the present, um,
We saw
when Blake was
potential in him as well, too.
absolutely, absolutely, and I think if he hadn't been unlucky this past season with some injuries, I think his progression would have looked a lot better. But not making excuses for him, but that's how it goes in football sometimes. But clearly, he's fully fit again, and I while I think Wade probably will start, if it was up to me, I would probably give Kanaya a chance and just see how he does.
All right. So let me just full out the one. Massive respect for the super chat. Sean Sutherland, Rain Scorpion said, "What's up, JD? What do you think about the squad, Leon Bailey and we Rain Scorpion? You have to just pull the video back to the first part because we had spent so long on it, and I don't want to go back on it because we spent so much, and the people they have PTSD. So we're dealing with the squad now. We're dealing with the squad at this point. All right." Yes, so just pull the video back and you will get what we had to say. All right, Stu MC says Ecuadorian club, Indy, the Valley, Iron Spanish youth team coach, 6 or 7 based in Jamaica, would transformed the standard. Okay. PTS Oregon, okay, PTSD Oregon. So the back, are you using a back three, or back five, or a 4-3, a 3-4-3? What are you using? Yes, just scroll
Yes.
back. Rain Scorpion, go ahead.
For our ego, I will call it a back three, but it will probably look more like a five. But
Okay.
yeah, the graphic you have on the screen, I think. Let me see. You have a what? You have a five. What's it? A 5-4-1.
It says a 5-1-2-1-1.
Okay. Well, the way the coach plays with his wing transition, I think he's gonna try to find a way to get even some more width out of those players in the midfield as well, some kind of way. But yeah, for the back five, I think it will be Ethan for sure. I think the biggest question mark for me is, does he want Ethan to be like that quarterback in the middle of the three, or does he want him to play on that left side? Because we saw Hector have to come off in the last game and then play the second half of the next game, so he should be fine. And based on how he looked in this system at the Nations League, he would be a tough one to drop out. So, Latibodir is just coming back. So maybe he doesn't hit the ground fully running. I heard the coach say that he was one of the last ones to say, yeah, he's good to go. So that you have to factor that in, even though the game is, we have a little bit more time, but it's almost here. It's next Saturday. So I would probably go with Hector in the middle, Pinnock on the left, and I would probably be playing just because of the fitness level. Right now, I'd probably be playing Deshaun Bernard on the right hand side.
So
if
you never had the fitness level, you wouldn't put Deshaun Bernard in. You would put Latibody ahead of him.
Well, I think the argument could be made that I like when Latibody and Bernard are flanking the guy in the middle, because it looked really good at the Nations League, and while it would be harsh to drop Hector out of it, knowing that he was the player that was in the player of the tournament. I think if you're gonna drop Hector for any player, Ethan Pinnock would be the player of that type of ilk that could do it. But I just feel like since we didn't see Latibo there in the qualifiers, and maybe he's not at 100, I think the coach is probably gonna go with what I just said, which would be Hector, Pinnock, and Bernard. But if he decides to play both Bernard and Latibo there and choose between Hector and Pinnock, I would have to choose Pinnock there, and then Hector would have to drop to the bench.
Okay. Let me try bring this up because. All right, so massive respect. Sean says Big Ed, the coach of Big Ed. Okay, well, maybe he has a Big Ed, and a lot of us have a Big Ed. Fight out the better keeper, Clark. All right, so the back three there, and then who you put to the right wing back? Let me
right wing back. Yeah, I would have Dexter there for sure. I think he actually looks a little bit better from what I've seen in the limited games with Jamaica with this system. I kind of like that he gets involved up the pitch a bit more, as you saw with the goal he scored against Panama and everything. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind him getting that like freer reign. I know in this competition against these teams, you know, he'll have to be disciplined just the same because it will have to be a five at times. But I think he can hold on that spot very well. So yeah, I'd put him there.
So, and then Big Bad Damien Low in a CDM part, or we're going to change up the front of the five.
No, I wouldn't be playing Damian Lowe here personally. I know people think that the backline can't survive unless he's there, but I just don't believe that narrative, honestly. Um, and I think that you know we're gonna have to find a way to try to keep the football in this competition. And I think with the kind of athletes that we have on the back five, with the squad that I picked, and of
Mm-hmm.
course Lee would be on the left. I would say I would go with Karoy. I would put Karoy right there at the base
Alright.
of the midfield.
Alright. Anderson. He has a tough time, man. And I really want to have a discussion one day on these players. Sometimes we throw them in some events, and the local band players at the same age don't get the same luxury, and then they get the easier matches, them to beef up their CV, and then people
I
look at
was
them
just
completely different, So,
I was just having this conversation yesterday
mm-hmm.
about Kaheem Dixon and how we talk about him. And when you put that up against how we talk about Jamal Lowe, and I was explaining that Jamal Lowe played 7 times for Jamaica, right?
Yeah,
And 6 out of the 7 times he played either Canada, USA,
USA
or
or
Mexico.
Mexico, yes.
Every single time. And I said, listen, if Jamal Lowe gets a chance to play Dominica, I'm not saying he's going to score 55 goals or anything, but I can assure you that the same amount of chances and options and things that Dixon did, if you put him to play striker in that
He's gonna
system
do the same, if
with
not way
Shamar,
better.
he's gonna have a lot of chances as well and probably score more goals. So
Jamalo is a
you
better
have to you
finisher
have
than,
to
be honest, I think Jamalo is a better finisher than Shamar, Mikel Antonio as well. Yeah. I don't
when you
think
look
people
at
know
the
that. Yeah.
pool of when you look at the overall pool of players that Jamaica can
I
select,
think he's
I would say
actually
he's
best finisher.
definitely he might be the best and he's definitely top 2 or 3. So,
Yes, man, he's best
you know,
finisher. We
it's a
I
player
think
that
he's the best finisher.
he had a lot of output this season in limited time, and because you track the player. So,
He's no man. He's the
yeah,
best finisher, man. He's the best finisher.
yeah, I would say it's like him and maybe Kamar Roof when he's
Yeah,
at top form.
natural finisher.
They are
Yes, I think
they are deadly
Kemar Roof
finishing.
might beat him out because a natural finisher, but because he brings the same skill set as Chamar them, and that's why I would have preferred him
Yeah.
a little bit more. Yeah.
Yeah, I do think that the way the coach plays, Jamal Lowe's skill set is like tailor made for it, but I don't know how people don't see that. But anyway, he's not there, so we won't
So
talk about him right now.
Kara Anderson. All
Yeah,
right.
and I get
Oh,
I get what you're saying about
Kara Anderson we just put a fake name close to Anderson. We put Javan Anderson, Netherlands, but
Javan.
he could play for Jamaica as well. At one point, we heard that we were gonna get him, technical player, but it looked like maybe he's not so good to play for Jamaica, which I thought that he's a solid player though. Yeah, go ahead.
How fast he run 100, JD?
He's fast as well. He's fast. I think he would have been one of the fastest midfielder and natural midfielders you have, and he can play a lot of roles as well. But I
Well, him
don't
have a
think Jamaica
chance
ready
then.
for no man. Jamaica don't ready for the technical ability that these players have, because they kind of play total football. I don't think they're gonna fit in Jamaica's system. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, so I would go with Karai at the base of the midfield there, and then so how let me see how the graphic looks here.
Oh, the graphics
So
looks
kind of
here.
need 2 more.
Say you don't know the graphics look.
No, because I see you change it out of the 1-1-1 business, because I never know how that will work. So all right, me
No,
see
I
what it
just
say
I
now.
just
So
improve the midfield up the field a little bit more, so you can pick better
thank you.
other players that can maybe look more advanced at the pitch. Like that.
I'm saying, yeah.
Mike Larry,
Yeah,
big up, Mike Larry. Thanks for being here. You go ahead, bossy.
yeah. So all right. So we're gonna say we're gonna drop Bobby Reed in one of those roles in the midfield.
Bobby Reed. So Bobby
I
Reed
think
drop deeper now.
he's pretty much been converted to me. It seems like the coach is going to it earlier in games now. where him just say, Bobby, just become the third midfielder, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Either the coach is telling him or Bobby just realizes that that's
And
where
that's
he's
the only way
needed.
for
But
going in life,
either
yeah.
way,
Yeah.
I'm seeing him go to it more. Again, I don't know if that's something that Bobby's just seeing on the pitch, because that seems to be where him like to find space. But I like the look of that. I think he does better for us in that midfield role, because we just need more technicality in there and another high IQ player in there. So I will put him in the midfield next to Karai. And then I am going to also play Casey Palmer as well. I think that, to me, when these three are kind of closer together, it's some of the better. Like, I still think the incision isn't quite there, but I do like the way that they try to connect, and they have a pretty decent understanding of which one to occupy the space, which one to vacate the space. So if they can continue to grow them relationships, I think it can work.
Ooh,
Now,
Jason, are two
I
players
guess
they
the
have left,
knock.
you know? Yeah, talk. I don't know who are gonna be the two players them. Go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, so there are two forwards left, right?
Yeah. So you just give two
Yeah, so
forwards, two forwards, big bad Damar grade in the team.
yeah, so that's why I think the coach probably gonna do something more like a 3-4-3.
All right, so you want to change it up? All right, all right.
Yeah, you have to go switch up a little bit.
3-4. Where's the 3-4s? It's like
Them don't have it.
no three at the back. Okay, 3-4-3. This looks different. Yeah, I think this would
Yeah,
look
let me
yeah.
see how this one looks now. I think this is how it would have to be.
Yes. So on this night Palmer in the middle like before, right?
Well, that slightly changed it, Well, no, not really. Yeah,
I
keep that
think
how it is.
I think it will more look like that here because I don't think Shamar and Antonio gonna start one time, because you're gonna
I
need
am
more
not
fluid,
doing it. I am not doing it anymore. I have seen it two times now, and it just don't really look right. So I'm not doing it. Um, let me see. All right. So yeah, this now is kind of more similar to what I think we would see. Now this changes it a little bit, because I think when you look at the midfield now, I think Bobby Reed is going to play, right? So I would probably, I don't want to put Bobby out wide. I'd rather him be in the midfield, if we're being honest. So I'm gonna say put Cephas right,
So yeah, put
Gray
Cephas
left.
in a team.
Yes, Cephas playing.
Which team? Cephas, Gray. But who you take out of the team, Jason? Because you didn't say there too much people there.
Casey have to come out. Put Bobby in the
Okay,
midfield next
Casey
to.
come
No,
out and
actually,
oh wow,
leave
damn. Cephas are gonna play
Casey.
with Bob
Leave
Reed.
Casey.
Oh my god,
No,
boy.
leave
You
Casey.
must get
Leave
fired from the
Casey.
job.
Leave Casey. Wait, no, leave Casey. Take off Anderson and put Bobby in the midfield.
Okay, so
And put Cephas wide, put Gray wide, and put
see Gray.
me that say me would have bring on Antonio. So start Bowser.
I'm tell you. So take
And
out.
that me would have.
So it's a Cephas off the start. I after that
I
match,
don't.
I don't think Cephas have to start one their match. All right,
All
that's
right,
all
here,
I
here
figure
why
out.
me say Cephas I go start. You see,
We know the
because
sense where the mom try make of it don't because I'm like cut
yeah, no.
corners.
Well, I don't know if it's about cutting corners. It's just that I know that we are going to be defending for the majority of the time, probably every game in this tournament, right? And I feel like the things that Cephas is going to bring you, or the situations that you want Cephas to be in, are more likely to happen in a game like this.
Okay.
Because remember when the defense was set against him, he looked a bit lost. But when the picture is a bit clearer for him, when him get the ball and him know, yo, it's just me and this man, and I have to try beat him, he can be effective. And we saw that in the USA game. We saw that in the first game when Damrep had more possession and we could break. He looked very dangerous. So, I think it will be the style of play we're going to employ kind of suits his game and the things that will make him look good on the pitch. So that's why I would start him.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough, people. Jason said it. He goes for C first. Let me know what say you guys. Remember to smash the like button, share, and subscribe. Sean Sutherland said use the same midfield. In 3 last match. That's the best going forward. All right. Well, just to tweak a few things because Big Bad Gray
So that
is
would
back
have
in the
been.
team, so it's not going. It can't be the same. Pinnock in the team, so it can't be the same. So we just this throw Damian Lewis, so people. So, yeah, so I am telling you, oh my
I know
God.
I mean,
Okay. So then, but so people, me hear the chat as a Big Bad Low for the team. Yeah, so one thing, boy, yeah,
check,
one.
check, check, check. Them
Alright.
are wait, them are wait for you, them are wait for you for set the team and then them burn it out.
Oh my God! All right, so I have no time for that. I saw Mr. Dre here. He says he wants to see his face on the screen for reasons I don't know. Because
Yeah.
this card doesn't show your face, so I don't know why he wants to invent his face on the screen. But
The only
we're
thing,
hearing your voice.
the only thing I see. Oh, go on, Dre.
Yeah, sorry, Jason. People in the chat big up on themselves. Jelly, you're fighting out, because you know someone join the screen, and wants to face on the screen, to bring back the females them over your channel, And so that would have helped, Why you have the Discord today and not the stream yard? To say I lose the females them from a day, I'm looking at the chat and I scan the chat every day,
Hey, you know,
And I say
Sammy,
less and less.
you know, Sammy have the most females, but every YouTube channel. This man a
Less
wicked as
and
well.
less.
All right, sir, boss.
But
Sorry.
anyway, we're on a long road trip, so we have time today. So not expect this show for no be another 2 hour, 3 hour foolishness. Yeah, run it today.
Oh my God, Randy Bless says, when JD asked about Low, that's just sarcasm. Laugh out loud. Fan of mine that says, I have Low in my team. And Demo, obviously, the man that were root for Low, I always pick him. But I'm not gonna go into Low conversation. I was just saying, oh the hell, last month I was telling you guys the same damn thing, and then 1 month later, none of you guys now pick that man on the team. It's so no wicked to the people. That's all. That's all I was trying to say. Oh, wicked you
Well,
guys
if you
are.
go back to if you go back to the Nations League games, when I saw Kevin Lambert in the team, I was putting him in my starting lineup over Low, but the coach never see it that way. Then.
So based on
World Cup, not Nations League, but World Cup.
so Dre, based on what you saw, I know that you have to be careful how you speak, because you're Arbor View man and stuff, and yeah, you know the play them and stuff. So I'm not gonna put you in a spot. So based on what is, how impressed are you with your defense line, Dre? Let me put it right here, so we don't have to ask you direct questions about Damian Lowe.
Well, I'm going to be honest, because you have me on the Discord and we carry this one going on the screen. So, would I go with a 3-4-3 formation?
That's what's on the screen.
Okay, good. The back, I would have Pinnock, Latimer, and Deshaun Bernard. That would be my back three.
No Hector?
Then I would have, no, not in my back three for Copa speed and thing. So on the left side, then I go with Greg Lee. Then on the right, regardless if Omari Bell pass the fitness test or not, I stay with Greg Lee. Then on the right side, welcome to the team, Harden. However, I keep Dexter Lambakisa on the right side. Then in midfield, this is where it gets tricky. The midfield pairing to me is going to be Damian Lowe and Casey Palmer. That's my midfield pairing. Damian Lowe and Casey Palmer.
So Damian Lowe is a midfielder team now, pretty much. We can't just say that and just jump off. You can't just say that. You can mash up the program.
Chevron Givens, just so you know, Chevron Givens, we wouldn't have Grape on the right. It's just like that on the screen. I would have flipped them. Sorry, boy.
Right. So the front
and Cephas
go on three because that's
and Cephas go on the right,
okay.
Jason.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna have it. Yeah.
Oh Lord,
right,
God help him over there.
That's Jason. And then the front three for me with the Bobby on the right,
Mm-hmm.
Grape on the left,
Yes. Bobby on the right, grip on left. Uh-huh.
and yes, so the back of them are gonna come out now, no.
You already
But
foolish, this man come say no.
it
I do
is what
this.
it is, man. No man, I can't you Dixon, man. I try to make a man. But yeah, man, say I'll do and score. Now play Mikel Antonio up top.
So then, brother,
Shamar come off the bench against Mexico.
son of me, no, that me that do
So
two son, Anna
that's
Buckle.
3-4-3.
You
That's
know,
my 3-4-3.
you're not gonna get over with the middle you put in there. What you see from Damian Lowe, if you say you put Damian Lowe in the midfield?
Let them start in the midfield, man.
Yeah,
You
but
can disrupt the passes. The
okay.
coach just have to give him the instruction to try for roam and gone up at 18-yard box. You go up there, so pan corner kicks and set pieces. Then time them want to see you up there, so. You know, once you try to dribble, beat them and gone up at the 18-yard box, another opponent's 18, and I try to take a shot. Lay off any shot you have. It was either open or not, because it was an open shot, him get another game there and kick a field goal instead. So
He never
regardless
had an
of
open shot.
play,
He never had an open shot. He had an open pass, a layoff
Ah,
pass, and he tried to go
well,
for a
a passing
35-yard
pass,
shot.
you're right.
yes, you're right. Because a long passing play over the bar. So
A
Oh my!
field goal, we call that an NFL term. But
Yep.
yeah, I don't want to see this. Want to see him fake it and draw the defender, and then and just get a nice pass to Casey or Bobby or Damari or even Antonio. But the instruction Mama want to give is temperament and the tackles them. Don't make an unnecessary tackle because you're gonna have coverage with a three at the back. So I need you to just disrupt the players, give them as much physical contact as possible, throw off the creative midfielder or any of your midfield opponent, but don't commit no reckless foul because you never know the temperament of a referee and can misjudge it as a dangerous tackle instead of a accidental contact. You can misjudge it and it can be a straight red instead of a yellow card and put us at a disadvantage right away. So we don't really want to risk them thing there. So I rather just leave the instructions.
Big boss, I respect your take and I respect your faith we have in a day, man. But there is no way on planet Earth me put Damian Lowe in a midfield against Mexico. For stop what? Mexico no play a long pass through. Mexico no play a long pass through midfield. Up here, short tiki-taka passes. So what you gonna stop them more accurate more than anything else? Mexico is the average accuracy in midfield at 85%. And them play more than 200 passes through the middle. That is just a recipe for get a red card, brother. Man, I ask you. Because him gonna get agitated of not getting the ball. And because him now win one ball. Just like how in one game when he win one ball. You remember the one when he couldn't get a tackle? Because him couldn't get close to the players them? Well, I think him for the stay as a centre back, Dre. You know, I think him for the keep him as a centre back. So educate me, Dre. So what the problem? Him offer them on the field. That's what we're saying. Like we offer us find a way we put him in the field. Like just put him on the field.
We need a midfield disruptor, and Latimer there is nothing. Damian Lowe is a better disruptor in the middle part than Latimer there. And Kira Anderson is not a CDM.
Ooh.
I don't want to see him playing a CDM. I'd rather him playing a box. If Kira gonna start, he's gonna start over Casey Palmer for me. Okay. But Casey have more first team experience at a higher level than him. So that's why I'm start Casey Palmer.
Yeah, man, I agree with all that you're saying about me. Mr. say in the last game, I gotta pull it this in the last game. The two games that Karai played, he had a 7 in 2 of the game them. Both of the games that he played. He especially the last game, he was the one that changed the game back into Jamaica's favor. I can't believe me if I said that against Dominica, which don't make no sense. But that's what actually took place on the field. So you say him
No, I rate him highly, but go on.
He had 90 touches on the field. 90 touches on the field in 89 minutes. Had 68 passes out of 76 completed, 89% accuracy. 2 key passes, one of one cross, one of 4 long passes, one shot off target, one dribble tried, not completed, 6 of 13 duels won. One of 2 aerial. He lost possession 10 times, committed 3 fouls, was fouled twice, and completed 4 tackles, 2 dribble pass, and 1 interception. So in your art, I would love to see the miles covered, and you would be shocked to see how much more miles he covered than Damian Lowe in midfield. You would be shocked. I would love to see if I can see the miles. Let me check on the
I
system.
understand that, JD, but we don't want to expose in Jamaica. We're talking about Mexico, Mexico versus Dominica,
Yes. I know.
with different teams. That's
I
the
know.
JD. Come on,
But you need
yeah. Put the 19-year-old out there, man. Jamaican fans, them eat him alive.
Big
I'm gonna come
boss,
like
big boss.
cannibal
I saw we that talk about Javian Brown. And after 21 minutes against Mexico, I cry, where I cry. I would have said,
Alembikis have to come
put on
save
them
him.
Dexter Lembikisa, the 19-year-old, to come out there because we know him gonna do better. And when him go out there and do one of the legendary performances after that game, everybody start talk about Lembikisa. Brother Anderson a do him thing. The youth a progress ball out of mid defense line, calm down the defenders, which is all of is the older guys them calm them down, bring it in midfield, late off and start and that 15 minutes lock. I know he can't do the same thing to that level against Mexico. That it would be crazy, but his impact would be bigger than Damian Lowe in midfield because he has better lateral movements. He has bigger injury than Damian Lowe, surprisingly. And his passing range is way better than Damian Lowe. His composure is way better because it's his natural position. You understand me? So that's what I'm saying. If he does all of those things and he's a youth, why we keep on a fight the youths than just give the youth the opportunity and then add the quality beside him? Because yes, what I try to show he made the tackles even though our centre backs were struggling against the actual forwards them. He tracked back and made the tackles and he was successful. So you're saying that he can't play the role. You are saying that, but yet still he showcased that he's making the tackles in those areas.
I'm saying that I won't start him against Mexico and Copa America, Damian Lowe and Casey Palmer, and then bring him on early depending on whichever of the two that's in more trouble. So if Lowe have the yellow card, it would be the same scenario like the match versus DR. If Casey Palmer not progressing enough, remember I said Anderson can play that box to box role too. And I actually like how Anderson is more aggressive and looking to go forward more than Casey Palmer. Anderson run back and make himself available, open up his arms and say, hey, pass it back to me, sitting here, I'm there. More movement than Casey, but the experience of Casey, I believe that I would start him. So that's what I'm saying.
Okay. All right. So people, which is fair take. He's looking at it, but I can't have 100 touch player, Jason, on my bench in a game which is gonna be heavy touches, and he's involved in everything. I think that is actually a recipe to tell you that you need to have this man on the field. Because I think from the coach side, Jason, he starts to put him in the games, and you realize that. Because he realized
that is true.
From he saw what he's doing on the field, he said, okay, this man can't be on the bench then, man. Because it looks like, because he's getting 45 touch in the limited time that I got him on the field. He's in the right position.
I think when you look at even though DJ stats wise was solid, right? We can agree he pulled up the stats and it was fine. Nothing was looking bad about it. But if it was a decision where he thought it was only a space for either Karoy or DJ, you can see why Karoy would have gotten the nod because he's doing similar things to DJ and giving you the output, energy-wise, tackling-wise, duel-wise. So for me, it's a no-brainer in that deeper role. If you don't think there's a creative role for DJ, I understand. I mean, I still would have had him because I don't think we have enough cover in the position. But that's another story. But yeah, I don't know why the fear of playing the kid in a game like this, because at the end of the day, Mexico will demoralize you keeping the football. And yes, I understand people think that Damian Lowe will win us the ball back, but what happens after he wins the ball back is crucial, I think. And if we don't counter quickly when Lowe wins the ball, really, him winning the ball doesn't do much for us, because he's going to be caught with it under pressure, and we've seen it. So, I can't just give up the little possession we'll have if I have another player that I know will give us more possession and can do similar things defensively. I just don't see why it's such a big debate.
And I agree there. That is what I'm sticking with. But I can understand it's Jay anyway the view on it. But I'm just saying what we just saw is like we are not used to it so much for a player to be on the ball so much in midfield. We don't even really truly collect what we are seeing. It can be the start of how we control midfield. If we get one more of those players that can get the 100, you understand what Jay Taylor? You mean about Jay Taylor? Jay Weather, that is 200 touches in midfield alone. And obviously, we're
I
seeing team.
understand your
So, because me I try to go somewhere, me not try just in a them games. Me I try to build something to improve my team going forward, like get to where we truly should be. Like if we're a top team, this approach of we trying to play wing transition football every single day, the man them tired draining with that, because I don't know if you hear the story that the coach said.
65 minutes.
Yeah,
The
say
strategy
the
gets
man them
us.
tired out. Them know them sister them burn out after a certain time because the style of them play. I mean, I said, Jesus God, me need to get some pay for my analysis, because every day me there on Jamaica and get something custom, and I say this style I it and make the youth them feel. And the man them look at them happy I do it, but them of us do it because them really want to play. Just like what me hear Beckford say. Some more desperate for change, man. So we need more of them players, because look like if we have more of them players, Jason, it look like if the youth them on the field change his style himself, Janeway and Jason, it look like the coach now gonna cost much, I honestly believe that, like if
Check
yeah.
this out, JD, the playing style is also a contribution to the fact that we don't have a magister available to represent us playing in the midfield, because if you have a player who can control and turn and get rid of the ball in tight spaces and make accurate passes, then that kind of takes a lot of pressure off of your midfield, But we don't have that player, and the coach himself said because of that, you're not gonna see us playing possession football. The fans want to see that, but we're not going to be playing possession football. And then the question after that is about Ravel Marson. And it's unfortunate that while Ravel was in the team, we don't have an understudy. Well, the understudy there, USL on the bench, but that's for another show. But we never had a consistent player who was willing to be in the squad and take the learning and whatever him say or can grasp from the maestro, Ravel, that is. So it's hard to find another player now just sitting around with that type of skill set. So we're gonna consistently keep seeing this type of style, and it's frustrating and it's ugly, but it's gonna work against teams that play possession ball, but against teams that waiting for us to do something or to attack or something, it's gonna be frustrating. And the coach looks like he doesn't have that, what you call it, technical ability to adjust during game to counter that style of play for them. So the game's gonna be like edgy and aggravating to watch when it comes to the teams that play the similar style as us and not playing possession football for us to hit them on counter or hit them over the top and hit them, and it's gonna be frustrating and ugly, but the result's gonna come.
Okay, fair enough. All right, Jay with said the approach. He might work with the coach. He might take him time, He might take him time, Yeah. Oh my God! One thing, the streams can't done, without some of the man come in. We see advocate came in and says, "I remember the coach said players must be braver," and advocate said, "I stand with Phoenix. I stand against corruption." But advocate, you never have a tell with that. That is the only thing you actually do. You just and J Weather. That's the
All
only
right.
thing that
Let me ask you this, JD. Is this considered corruption if you have a player in one team that's really, really good and a player that's not being selected for another team, and you want that player to be in that team? Are you not allowing the really, really good player to be a part of the other the team? Isn't
ah,
that corruption also?
I think that's his corruption from his part. Yes, but that's what I'm trying to. That's what I spend the whole day explaining. Jane Weather. Here they don't see. They see him as the lesser evil. They see him as the lesser evil. You understand me? So that is the whole problem. They see him as the lesser evil. Um, over the JFF. So that is, it's not going to change. They see him as a lesser evil,
So,
and that's what it's going to
so
always be. They will always choose him. You know?
basically, all parties corrupt, but in a for them eyes, feel
Yes.
corruption less.
Yeah. So you're gonna you're gonna always see it like that, Drain with her. I don't think they're gonna change. I've seen enough here on YouTube. I've seen enough. These people don't really care. They are glad that him can get a youth out. Then they really check if you say the other people get a youth out, at even faster rate, They're only gonna check to say that, oh, him get him to Aston Villa and him get him to Chelsea. They don't know no detail or nothing, because remember, so this man can them and tell them say this man I go straight in Chelsea first team. Then them say them not care after. At first, them just say, yeah man, a first team, that the man say. And I say when time people
No,
prove
them they
son
are
of
burn,
that.
them they are burn out. Them they are burn out people where I tell them, listen, you might have to go through the ranks at Chelsea, Them are burn we out and say we bad mind and all them something.
And then when
But then when him reach and do it now, them I say we bad mind him because him still there at Chelsea, and it no matter which one at Chelsea him there
yes,
at Chelsea. I
so
say, brother, we never. Then we there tell you from time.
and
Say
and
we are
and
gonna
and,
still track the
and, and,
players.
and it was not about bad mind. It was about just telling you the truth, because that can be a more accurate evaluation of the national team.
And JD, we always say about the fans, and we set up ourselves to have this stress and headache because we want to overplay everything, and we don't put nothing in a context. And then when things don't turn out the way we want, we beat everybody and cuss.
Facts. Yeah. So Jay knew that's the overall problem. That's why for me, I don't really take it personal. You see, even today I came off, and this dude, he was on my program. He was on my program. He's here talking because we are talking about local and overseas players. This guy, every time he comes on my stream, he has a problem. All right. And we try to reason with him, sane, but just when you see mad people, you just make sure you leave them alone. So I came off, Jason, and I went on my Instagram because obviously I saw someone calling me. I went there. I saw Travis. Travis text me. One whole heap of bad word. Say my bad mind this, me and my dirty friend them, and him start name out Cranky, me, Lansley. I don't even know who me have to play it back for your way my cuss. And I've heard that he's over other shows dissing me from a long time, so I don't know why the reason him come over here and I pretend like I'm a hypocrite. You understand me? Because if you don't like me, you don't come here. Because we not begging nothing, Travis, you not really add nothing to the program. We show you respect because we think you're a human being, but you have proven to we that you are not a human being. You're just a madman. You understand me? From a different planet. You're not a human being. You're something different. Because nobody trouble you. You understand nothing what nobody say, and you just love war. You accept me as a bully, and I have stayed in my corner. I don't pay people mind until I'm addressing what I'm addressing. on my own space. I don't go to people channel. I don't bother you. So Travis, leave me alone. Alright? Leave me alone, Travis. I've not seen you. And I will not see you. Because you know, do nothing for me. You can't do nothing for me. Alright? Yeah, man. So stop calling up my name. Old man Travis. So look, go give this to Travis. Stop calling up my name. Old waste man Travis. Alright? Yes. Jesus God, man. This dude, me leave him alone. Me not trouble a big man. So I've said all of that, to war with him, journey with him. Because
You know, make sure him up and later and then this you up, man.
yeah, believe me, him not stop. Him go just diss me up. And all him have a problem is, me not understand with the man. If through me said, this is what I've said, Jane with him. Maybe you disagree, you agree with Travis as well. I had said with me never disagree, me never say me no want none of the player them in the team. Me remember, me never run out because me never come on YouTube desperate for get no news or nothing. Me never do nothing. Me say me go wait until my time. So me come out in the morning my time. And I do that a morning for you guys, but in the midday for me when me come in and wait for my kid. So me run through the squad now, and me go say me not sure, me say King in the squad, but for me, Wizard can play centre back as well. So for me, I would have put in Javin, but I would have keep in Tavan Gray in the team because I saw what he offers to the team, and he had a decent second half in the Damrep game. So that tells me he can keep on pushing and pushing. And then going midfield, and I say something about Alex Marshall. I say me no know. I went and DJ in a really 100 upon it. Me not pick Alex Marshall over DJ, and me not pick John Russell over Alex Marshall over John Russell. So that is what kick him off. And true, me say Kaim Dixie is not better than Jamal Lowe, and is not better than Madasil. So me no know where but I can understand he performed the last time, and if a man want to pick him and say it's a developmental spot, I have no problem. The man does start course. Yeah, him just start cuss. I say we bad mind local people and we for go away and pretend like we are Jamaican and all sorts of stuff. Because I'm having up the other day with the Suriname as well. Because I saw them delusional and I said them gonna run and go other places because them not comprehend not what me say. They must make up a story and tell a bag of lie for me. Because I get to realize say Travis can't comprehend a line. Him not hear what you say, him only know what him talk say. That's all. Him not know nothing else. Huh?
But the JPL players them get them chance still now because 4 of them in the squad right now from 8 and down and them still get 4.
Yes, so that's all me say. But me never give off the vibes like me desperately sad that them in the team. Me never said that. I just said I had I'm wondering what happened to the other players then because I know that we're playing better team. So would you not have a fear of who we're gonna be playing, or you think that we can just beat anybody with anybody? Because clearly that team think. I mean,
it's not anybody, because let's be honest. We have 3 first group stage matches. We know Shamar and Boza. Shamar and Antonio are the first and 2 striker them up top. So if Kareem play, him gonna come off of the bench. So there goes one JPL right there. Then now we look at the next JPL player, Alex Marshall. Who am I compete with? He talking about Bobby Reed, Omari Gray, Cephas, and
you would put him in the midfield more.
Yes, not necessarily.
You'd use him as a winger or more of an attacking midfielder? Or based
on
a winger him gonna play now.
Last time in come on, he was playing over on the right side next to in front of Dexter, which him actually lost over there. So Dexter still have to run up and down and the double work over there. So really and truly, if you play the way
January, make me clear this. See fake ass Travis turn up, yeah. Travis January never said nothing about you. Me alone calling him because you are call up my name. You are call up my name and you text me and me tell the people I have the truth here, but can show the people and you text me. So stop telling lie and Jane Weather. Don't bring Jane Weather. Me just explain to Jane Weather the story. Alright? Alright? Nobody
knows. Yeah, see comments in the camera dry. But anyway.
Me have a different because me tell him say you never do nothing, you never say nothing, you never get involved, and me and him a war. If you not have respect and stop calling up my name, me go write off you, you know. Alright? You and your friend them leave me alone. Alright? Stop calling up my name, boy. Alright? Because I'm in a trouble you, I'm in a bother you. God continue journey with that. We're not paying the mind.
I know, we just have to avoid that dead deer a while ago on the road.
Dead beer?
So I know they need to deer. They need
Deer,
to
oh,
come
deer,
clear
deer,
that
deer,
that
deer.
cause accident. Yeah. Like somebody lick it earlier or something and then they come clear it up yet. But anyway, so yeah, if him play this, him still gonna be like fifth down the pecking order if him fourth down the pecking order if him play a wing. So either way you take it, it's just like experience. It's not somebody we are bring to come start or compete for a starting spot in this squad. And then we look again if him play if a midfield we are bring him come play. Casey Palmer did so, Kira Anderson did so, even Law did so. So really and truly, I just experience how to make up squad numbers when I come from. Because I don't see him being any of the 5 substitution which we are allowed. Unless we're up by 3 against one of these teams. And these teams are higher caliber, much higher caliber team than the Dominica or the Dominican Republic. So
you don't see them as
there's levels to this.
Okay, all right. Because me not really trust the coach if you tell me, if I agree with you.
And then well I know. We're not done yet. And then the next man now, which is Richard King. Out of the how much? 5 defender and bring, right? 5 centre half. Low Hector, Latibodier, Bernard, Pinnock. Low Hector, Latibodier, Bernard, Pinnock, and King. That's 6 players who can play in the back 3. Right there, sir. So out of them 6 there, King is 6th on that list right there, sir. Oh, and Harding can play that too, right?
And John Bell too.
All right, yes.
Albert,
yeah,
so you know, although King gets some minutes and look good versus the previous opponents that we play against, there's levels to this again. So all of them play that way name, apart from John Bell. I don't see much of him to say yes, he's gonna play ahead of King. So apart from John Bell, that's 5 players right there. So would end up playing more minutes than King, or even start over if there's a conflict for who to start.
So Dre, you put King starting in the last game to the opponent then, because I was surprised to see him start even with that pool of centre backs we had just play. So
yes,
are you sure we're using the picking order?
That's what I'm saying. It's due to the opponent. Okay. That's what I'm saying. Because if we never underestimate the opponents and go for a more attacking look, then we would be looking at a better goal difference, to be honest with you. And this coach is not looking ahead. He's looking at the now. And he's not looking ahead that we could, the way how he coaches, I'm saying, because we can't read his mind. So the way I'm coaches him now look ahead to the long term and say, hey, if we ain't Guatemala tie the match against them, so we in a big problem because now we are going to in another group with a group winner, which gonna make it a little more difficult for us and all that. I think he might look ahead of that because otherwise it would have put it in the players' their mindset to be more aggressive going out of that locker room versus the Dominica team where them play last time. 3-0 up, you the start pull, you go for the jugular, more aggressive, more clinical, yell at them, and
so you
be more assertive.
You don't think so that I will come back to aunt him or what you're pretty
no,
much saying?
I say that.
Okay. Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, man, say can come back to aunt him. We never get that impression from the players that them running at Dominica right off the bat to dominate and get as much goals as possible. Them score the first goal, then run, go back up to the halfway line. And, a team that looking aggressive like them have that in their mindset.
But
that's not what me see.
Dre, say adapt me see in the first 12 minutes. Adapt me think that me think said at the counter attack what happened to them twice, because remember saying in the first 12 minutes, the guy push it past the goalkeeper, I say all of that in the first 12 minutes, So we could have been 1 or 2-0 down in the first 12 minutes, So I think that really Cause them come out to do that because them I say, yo, like them feel like say them was a better team. And that message Jamaica do when them advance at the pitch. But the two counter will come through so fast. Like I say, but either the atmosphere not really good for us, or so, what happened because them couldn't believe when the man get away. So I think that's why them kind of drop down. So me feel like them underestimate the team at the day them come out for give them 6 or 7. Them underestimate them and how fast the game started. People have to start adjust because remember so at first me really see the coach animated after 30 minutes on the field. 30 minutes. That tells me say him never expect nothing will go on there so. And maybe they may have some troubles to either acclimatize to the condition. Because even that, me do want to have a conversation on that as well, you know. If them look like they made the right condition, like, because no, this is the first time them a travel, got a small little place here, like Grenada. Because remember, so Grenada game was close to as well, yeah. I would say that this team created more chances than the Grenada, Jason. Like, clear-cut chances, but Grenada dominated the midfield.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that the chances were maybe a little more to Dominica. It was about the same. Well, maybe Grenada looked like they should have created more chances.
Yes,
Put it that way. But
because the domination
Dominica
in
did a
midfield.
better job.
Yeah.
Right. Dominica did
Dominica
a
never
better job of
rely upon
converting.
get no midfield. They must want them
No.
transition play for run left weep and wings them too as well.
Yes. The trigger was just Jules, running either left or right channel and them isolate that way. So yeah, it was a little different how they went about it. But I would agree that they did create more clear chances. Yes.
So Jay, anyway, you have
Alright.
to look on the
So me
chances
not
created.
straight too much. Yeah. Me don't want to stray too much from the point when we just start with the JPL players in the squad. Alright, so King, I would say that it's because of the opponent that we did play why he ended up starting another game then. And knowing that the Copa coming up, they want to rest some legs and all of that at the regular starting caliber centre half then. Alright, so then we come to Bob and look now after King, the next one up is Shakon Davis, right? And the last fourth one.
Yes.
So with him, I think out of all of them, him have a better chance of getting more minutes. Yes, because Jamali Wait made some mistakes. So I mean, otherwise from that, he normally look like a sure number 2. Jamali Wait not talk about look like a sure number 2. So with that said, he's gonna start, of course, because there's no way on this earth that Andre Blake gonna play any of them group matches there. He would be taking a huge risk to aggravate that injury again.
No, man, him not. I don't think Andre Blake have played no game, none at all. No game, none at all.
And you can only suit up 3 goalkeepers. So he might be the one out not suited up.
Yeah, man.
And like what Jason said, though, I really want to know why Kanaya Boyz Clark not getting more minutes from this coach here, because when he does play, I have confidence in him. I see a future number 1 more sooner than later in Kanaya Boyz Clark, but he's just not yet. We up 3-0 the other day. I would have taken a shot with Kanaya.
I would have put him in when we saw the problem started. Like 80 minutes before him in the team. Yeah, man. Because remember when the first goal scoring Big Boss at the third error the second error that at the second error that at the same error in 2 part, like the second half of the game, so the first one happened in the first part and then it happened in the second part again. So clearly he's not rushing out of his box fast enough and the guys them faster. So if you have Kanaya Boyz Clark, that's when I would have made the change, but maybe you would have dented the confidence of the player. So maybe that itself would have cost it as well. So I understand.
But so Shakwan, I believe, a backup 1 or 2 mistakes and he don't have no choice but to put him in there because of the pressure that would be mounting. And with normally, what is it? 5 clean sheets in, I think it's like 9 games it would have been, but then in give up them 2 goals, then so it's like 5 clean sheets in 10 games. But I know he has 5 clean sheets in about 9 or 10. So he have a good record when it comes to clean sheets.
Okay,
But
okay.
but looking ahead, yeah, Canada's Boys Clark, I would give more confidence in him and give more minutes in this team. Jenny,
Yeah, man, we
speaking
there.
of goalkeepers, the goalkeeper coach was at the press conference. Not travel, so I never get the time to listen to the whole press conference and think. Have you covered the press conference or
No,
played
no,
the press
I've
conference
not
yet?
covered the press conference. I've not played it or nothing.
Since we're gonna be here for another hour, I
No,
think
no, 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 no,
you
no,
can
no, 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 no.
you can
Um,
always check that out and play
since
some press
no, no,
conference
no, no,
because I got plenty of time
you just say
today
you no,
for the
no,
program. So
you just saying a
I
whole heap
hear
of
you.
thing. You just saying a whole heap of thing. At 30 minutes we have left to reach 3 hours and I'm done. So I don't know if you know say almost 12 o'clock. All right, yeah, man. All right, me no dep away dep. Me do almost 2 hours and then me I do 3 hours now. And then tomorrow I have a whole heap of a thing on the plate. So me now come back for Jamaica space tomorrow. You know, me I leave and alone. Me gonna run off on the street, cause I on the street. You know, so Jason might have the stream, you might have the stream, and a friend that
Yes,
might have the stream. You know, so me not turn up. Me have other things to do.
all
You know.
right, Jason, I'll cover the press conference after this then.
No,
Because me also wanna hear you do it here.
no, I did last night on my show. I got it during the show. I got the little clip and I played the relevant parts. I didn't play the entire thing. So yeah, I was planning on doing a show late night tonight. I will
More
probably
detail,
cover
yeah.
it. Yeah, I will cover it in full. And also the follow up interview that I saw Coach did
Yeah,
today,
yeah.
and also
I
cover
call it
the.
well,
Go ahead.
I call it the damage control interview.
Yes, the when you're outside and you want to know the wind and you go so and you put up your finger and see that basically that's what that was. They might test the temperature in the room, they might test the breeze, which parts that blow from.
Outside, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
Like
they
two
want to see
minutes
what
and
one.
30 seconds, something like that.
Yeah, a
Okay.
nice short one. And
I will
the
try.
coach had a strong stance
It's
on
on
that.
the JFF thingy, Jason.
I believe it is posted on JFF Live, yes. And it's very
Okay.
short, JD. I know you don't want to extend the program, but if you
No,
want, you could
no,
play
I'm
that
not.
Okay,
very
I'm,
now
I'm
quick.
we
no,
can,
I'm
yeah,
not
we
playing.
can break it down real quick.
I'm not playing it. I'm not playing it. You know,
I'm
because
not playing it.
you can play it on a different platform. It's not gonna
Yeah,
play here.
great.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
no
Yeah,
problem.
man.
Understand,
I am not
understand.
playing it. Yeah.
Yeah,
On
never really.
a year. Say you see the man them half of me. The man. Jane with the man them half of me, big boss. Me not play not on platform. But I come and do my thing with my registered things that we can get away with. You know. Yes. You don't know how much of them people in that space. I try to get out the done. All right. So me not play no content for nobody, brother. I have my contents them. If me not record it, me not interested. Me don't want to play a song. You know which song people send to me? And them stuff that one song alone me that play and me never get the chance to play it. And I was from one guy, I want to bridging from the channel. One song alone. Me never play none of the other song them. Never.
Which one you talk about goal?
Sean Ice was the only person
Oh,
me that
Sean
play.
Ice. Okay,
Nobody else. Nobody else. Me not do
I
nothing
hear that
else.
one.
Yeah, me not really. I say Jason and them man there, at the new sensation around the block. Me no want no, me just want to talk about football and just stay upon my football inside, you know, and talk about more topics. So at least me still in the space, but me not really in the space fully. If Jay anybody actually get what me I try to say, that's my intention. My intention is for me can cover Suriname, cover 80, cover Nigeria, and still cover Jamaica and then left space so other people can eat food. I mean, me no want to cover so much things. That's too much work that. So other people know if stop try cover what me a cover and just cover the rest of things that were available. Because that space is there for that. Me not see nobody a cover the interviewers where people what JT even J in the way that say people say J Taylor J in the way that all I want to name the same name. So
Yeah, I think the problem right now is whenever Leon comes up in any conversation,
yeah.
he tends to dominate the space, and that's just how it is now. That's sad, but it's just the truth. You know what I mean? If his
Mm-hmm.
name come up, people gonna put him on the thumbnail, and it's gonna be a conversation. Even last night, I am preparing to do the squad, And of course, everything is happening in real time. So I'm seeing the response and all this. So I have to turn the program now and say, oh, well, I have to talk about this because everybody will be talking about it. So it does make, I understand your frustration sometimes with not wanting to just keep doing this content because you might have a one thing in mind when you're going to doing the show. And because of the drama show that involved with it, you have to include it in it. You know, I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
because it's gonna come up. It's going to come up. You can try to avoid it, but it's gonna come up. So it don't make sense. You avoid it. Just give your take on it and you move on.
No, no, no,
So
no.
that's why.
You can't. Yeah, man, you can do that. Me not have to do it. Me
Oh,
can.
no, yeah, I'm saying,
Yeah.
I'm saying, I understand. Like you have clearly been doing it a lot longer than I have, right? So maybe my energy is different at the moment.
Yeah,
I'm not
man.
done with it yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
I
me know why
understand.
you done
If
me
I was
more. You can't cover it, but me done. Me do.
no, but
Me
no,
done.
the point I'm making is I did one program last night and listened to everybody program yesterday and whatever. And by today, I was gonna do some more, but I say, you know what? The Euro start tomorrow. Me I go watch the Euro. Let me talk about the Euro and do a show about the Euro just to get away for some hours from this drama. You understand?
Yeah, man.
So
Yeah, man.
I understand. It get a bit stressful, especially when obviously me somebody will break down the football, but me is a fan of the team as well. So me never been a me I rather talk about the team and the tactics and but we
You,
can't do
you
that.
soon you
We have to
soon
talk
figure
about
you soon
other
figure
foolishness.
out what you soon figure out is when you switch to the Euros, you can figure
Mm-hmm.
out how much people actually watch football. All the time where you waste which cover Jamaica Reggae Boyz, you gonna get to realize majority of them don't watch nothing else more than because I through the drama in a Reggae Boyz why they watch it. So when you do a different content, you gonna see how little people they there and how much people just listen to the foolishness because them can resonate to that. So that's why
Yeah, well,
me spend a while. That's how I spend a while. Build my own masses of what me I talk about and me make sure it may have a wider football base to talk about. And that is the hardest
yeah,
thing. If you start from Jamaica category is the hardest thing to break away.
break out.
For me it
Yeah,
was
no, that
easier because me did start with Suriname just as Jamaica and start with Haiti just as Jamaica. But yeah, it's hard to break away, man. Believe me.
no, that's a fact. I mean, just looking at the analytics on my platform when I look at it, anything that I have done that doesn't involve Jamaica gets less views. I do Arsenal content, EPL content. The Euro show today was not a lot of people in there watching it. It's getting more views now after the fact, but still, it's very noticeable the difference in how many people are there. So you're right. I mean, it's sad, but a lot of people in the space enjoy the so what about what the man did say in the room with them people there, and people want to hear things that they think they wouldn't hear anywhere else,
I
and it's
told
more
you,
important
matching
than
energies. Yeah, I
yeah,
told you, it's
it's
just
it's more
matching energies. It is not about football. I told you, I told you, I told you.
yeah, and it's playing out. It's playing out. You know what I mean? And to be totally honest with you, I don't mind those conversations some of the times. Like I'm not gonna say I don't have no time for it because it all kind of adds up and makes up what is Jamaican football. But at the end of the day, I much more enjoy putting a team on the screen and saying, listen, if we don't cover this left side space, we're gonna get killed on the counter and having those conversations. That
Hmm.
is more enjoyable to me. So, you know,
Yeah, man, yeah, man.
everything is
But
about
as me say, I'm just explaining to the people that that's what I want to do. I will touch these
yeah.
topics. If it works into my day, like it's already out. So last night the squad came out. I was still awake. I woke up back in the night. I could have easily well turn on my camera and do it, but I never feel a need to do that. Obviously, people would want views would be on it, but it's okay. And next day, I come out the people. I'm still turn up and do our thing. I made a take on the coach, and obviously, you going against the coach in this space nowadays, it's like a death sentence in this space because I know our culture. Anything we benefit from, we tend to defend it. Just like how we were defending Mr. Butler the other day. That's how we're gonna defend the coach. We don't see nothing anymore. You get me? So I kind of know that. But if I see something, that's what I have to talk on because I have no time for to go on titty patter. I don't need interviews. My channels are built off me being talented. I don't need people to magnify my talent. So I am okay with that. So that means the people I can't sell my the people on this channel, not even subscriber, the people of the channel. if I see the truth and I can't call it out, even Dima still came back and said, I think he blames the coach. He changed it, he phrased it different. Me just use the word, me not think him have balls. Because I have went through all of these situations and I saw the man um giving into people and situations. You understand me? Rather than
Yeah.
sticking to what you came here for, which is to get your team qualified. And maybe what he was doing could have cost him his job as well. Because clearly, it's the same problem we have today as what we had when he just started as well. It's the same problem that John Wall had. Because remember, John Wall was mixed up in whispers selling to Qatar as well. People forgot these things. And he was mixed up with selection on the U20s and say and we heard that he's on Mr. Butler boat and all sort of foolishness. So when today you're fighting for these players to be on the team and they are some of the worst behaving people, people have to start asking questions. So why it's not fair for me to ask questions when I have so much proof to ask a question? It's only one reason, Jason, it's only one complete reason why I can't talk about it. And that's why I said I have no time for this space, because I've seen them gone to being weak. You can't talk about nothing because it's like they're trying to censor the entire space and nobody can talk. I've seen a tactical, Beer Halter never played a game, and tactical go in the press conferences and he still can talk him truth. England, nobody not care. Nobody even like the coach in England, pretty much. So them taught them truth. Belgium, the same thing. Nigeria, in my chat, I hear people say Nigeria coach should get fired the same day him got hired. You understand me? So what the difference with Jamaica now for me can say foolishness and me can't talk? No, just look, because them are gonna tell you one bag of story. I have never seen people with stories, so brother not tell me nothing. Me no want to hear what you have to say. If me say foolishness, I may go call it out. And that's all me come here to talk on. If me can talk the truth, me talk. Done. Me not care what no man want to say. That's why me I do one video every 6 months. That's how it go. Alright? Every 6 months.
I missed the segment when Dimo was on the phone, right?
Yes.
And
You come and talk him
I,
thing.
me don't really want to go back deep in it, but I just have one thing to say about this whole thing, right? With this whole picking and then, misleading information, all this business, right? If, what was said by the coach was at the press conference is that he can't take credit for getting here. He has to give the credit to Craig Butler and Dennis Strong because they sat down and discussed and whatever. Now, we have heard from both sides now that maybe didn't go exactly how the coach put it. My
No.
question is
The
this.
coach requested the player. Dennis Strong them formulated something to go to get to Leon Bailey. So Dennis Strong and a next person went there and tried to coerce him into playing, or coerced his partner, which is Mr. Butler, to in that situation. Then the coach had connection, and then the coach said he would only be available at the second set of games, and he said he's
Right.
okay with that. And then after they brought them their other additional things where they want Aritam, Dead Dog to make teams,
Yeah,
and everything
the
else.
five list.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
And not just the
Yeah,
five,
so
but plus other things on the list too. When
plus
everything
the
where them
other things with the
everything were
players and
bad, everything
yes.
were bad, them don't put on the list. You'd have to watch the interview to hear. Alright? So but I can't bother, man.
But what I was gonna say, JD, is in all of that, right? I know I learned this in conflict resolution, right? If there's a conflict between parties, when you're having whatever meeting you're going to have to try to rectify it, one of the main things that has to happen is every party involved must be present. So I don't know why anybody would think that Mr. Chung and Mr. Butler having a conversation would solve anything when the coach not there or the player not there. That was the
Yeah,
first
but
error because
all parties spoke, but at different times.
that's my point, JD.
Yes.
That's my point. You ever play a telephone game?
No, me no
When you
need to
get
play a
one message
telephone
from the
game.
corner. All
Yeah.
right. Well, me I go explain it to you then. When you play telephone, people sit down in a one line, and one person start the message was supposed to get reached to the last person. And most of the time when you play that game, by the time the last person here, something not right tonight. Somebody changed something along the line and it don't sound exactly how it's supposed to sound. And that's my point. If you have a conflict between parties, you can't have a messenger game playing. You sit down everybody in the room and everybody hear them grievance and then talk it out that way. It has to happen in real time with all the people involved. That's the only way you're going to get any kind of positive ending. Or at least you don't know where you
Yeah, but
stand. Because I
Jason,
guarantee you
Jason,
that if that meeting was had, what happened yesterday couldn't happen.
Jason, um, I think the man make a big international interview. I don't know if Jane with a site as well. A big international interview. Say me no want come nowhere. And then update it and say him now come at the first match or the last match as well. Then him do a next statement again. Him say, me no know when me go come back at Jamaica team when them something a fix. Clearly, and then the coach make a statement and say him agree with Liam Bailey as well. Professionalism is key and all them stuff there. And then when him ready to throw him shades them, so we win money now, so we can get a plane flight and all them stuff there. So him agree with the statements. So him just believes that him can just coerce the people for play on behalf of him rather than playing by the list where Liam Bailey want. And based on what Craig Butler them stand up for, them say, even though we know that them technically stand up for is what them truly want, Jason, which is to put the rest of them in the team. That them really stand up for, but them can't come back because of them have the angle. Cause you give some bag of menace the angle for all. So them gonna say, yo, brother, them thing I never fulfill, so me nah come no way. And if you know fulfill the rest of the thing, I me nah come no way. Me can't blame him. You know why? Because of you going on the mad pen, but you the mad dog. You understand me? Because him already I tell you what he want. If it don't him, everybody Phoenix. So if it don't him, a Mona team at the national team. You understand me? Him not really business where you talk about Mona, Liam Bailey and Whisper. You understand me? Yes, I know so it go. And them a beat every team according to him. You know?
But JD, the problem is, all right, you see them 5 demands, let's say JFF say, yeah man, we're gonna do all of them things. What's stopping Butler from coming with a 50-page demand list next?
But that no job. But the demand that he asked for about his player to go into the team never depend it. He never add to it a 6. And more on this player make the new U20 team specific. He never actually said that. So him already have him 6 demand, but he never write it down because people would have already discarded the list. So him know him I do, but him have all right to do that, Jason. Because you come and a beg a man, and that's what I tell Demo say. That's what I tell Demo say. Me can't respect the coach. Right there because him go there bad at the man. But Demo show me a different side and I say, yo, what say everybody rate him, and not everybody try link up with him. So if you can him can influence other man, and me look on what Demo say and me take up 25% war. But me still I give him the 75% full blame. Him are the problem. Me don't know what happened to him and Liam Bailey and Whisper. Me don't know what him seen them 2 player. But and surprising when the 2 player them don't play for Jamaica, them Jamaica actually play better. So me not understand what him see. So clearly your own system now work for the 2 player them. So why not just leave them alone?
And what about JD? Like I think what's getting lost in all of this, there's 25 other players that him named last night. What do them feel about all of this? That's something that nobody really talk about.
No, you can't say nobody to talk about it. When you come on my show late and I tell me so we not talk about it. You just repeat myself 3 hours in. We did talk about it. What you mean we not
wonderful.
talk about it?
Wonderful.
I try convince Demon and say we have quality players. Just Liam Bailey is not a bigger baller than Damari Gray, Ethan Pinot, Mikel Antonio, Bobby Reed. He's not. Go back in history and see these players are experienced players that went through the ringers and won things and do a lot of things. Alright? So them themselves are look on it different and I say then what wrong? Because we not really happy about this because we not respect it. Because if you always take off the shine of the team, anything if you make 4 other people come in the stands, it seems like you take away the 4 other people coming in the stands. Because of antics and we are pull up. And maybe you will get to hear, but we are sure so we're more committed than what you are do as well. And maybe they might have problems and still actually I go through it just the same. So that means I'm still more committed as well too. So it can just lead to more problems. Everywhere look, it might lose respect, but the average fan now see it. he might lose respect by what he's doing right there. Just tell him say nah come, and I would blame the coach to put the youth in that position there. Jason, that's how me gonna say So think say I input Liam Bailey in a wrongful position there, cause the man said never want players don't.
Absolutely. That's the one thing that I would say is the biggest mistake. Like, if you haven't spoken to the player, all right, I understand in the time leading up to these qualifiers, he did say that he talked to the player. Fine. But my thing is, if on the June 12th now, the night they are planning to put him on the team, reach out to the ball and see him in them face and say, listen, Leon, we're going live in 3 hours. I want to just talk to you and let you know that this is my plans and da. Then all of this is avoided. We don't even know about it. But I don't know when could feel so comfortable just after the word of some people and him not talk to the player in that final moment. That's the part where me can't take any credit or points to him there. Him just mess up there to me. You have to talk to the player in that moment and say, listen, this is my plan. Even if you thought he would have understood because you hear that things were said behind the scenes between people, I wouldn't take nobody's word for it in such a serious situation. I would have to talk to the player directly. Have to.
He must him speak through the agent, so get the confirmation, because that's what they made us up on the clips. They got the confirmation and they got the second confirmation as well before they put him on the
No,
list.
but Dima, the only person that he would have spoken to since before the qualifiers, which obviously at that time him say I'm not ready to play qualifiers or whatever. Get back to me.
Issa Allen said plus the coach says he talked to the player, but I did say that to Mr. Guna here, but I said when he talked to him, he also brought back the information that they wanted, additional thing. So first he brought back the information to Mr. Chung to say that he told him when he was going to be available, which is going to be the second match. But also, when they reached out back to him, they started to talk about the U20s. That's how I knew Liam Bailey was talking about the U20s and other things on the list as well. So that's why I burned him out for that. Because I'm saying, well, Liam Bailey talked about U20s. You never mentioned U20s in your statement when you were talking about all the things you want. So now they're willing to make it take a party, make it get all of the other things on the list for you to come, and then you move it to the U20. So truly, based on what that follow-up statement, that what they said, Liam Bailey said, that tells me that Liam Bailey never wanted to play none at all. It is just Mr. Craig Butler would have tried to play some games to see if he could have gotten certain things agreed as well. But I don't think
that's why I say. And that's why I say anybody telling me that the coach did speak to the player, you're not listening to what I'm saying. I am saying he would have had to have spoken to him like the day of him going to announce it as well, just as a follow-up to let him know this is my final decision, how you stay. Because if he had that conversation, he would not have been listed last night. Clearly.
But Big Boss, remember, they told Jason, look like he brought back information that Liam Bailey had said to the Gensec. So the Gensec had to make the deals with Mr. Butler. That's where the problem was wrong.
And I am saying where he erred is by saying, okay, you guys spoke, wonderful, I'll put him in the team. I would say, okay, you spoke, great. I'm gonna now talk to Leon as well. That's what I'm saying, JD.
Okay. No, me kind of get you.
You can't just accept that from lip service from them that, yeah, man, it's all worked out, man. Do you think? Pick a team. No, I need to speak to the player directly as well.
Yeah.
For my own, you know what I'm saying? Just especially knowing the situation and knowing that you've been burned before with this type of thing. I would have to be so sure before going to the public with anything like that. So sure.
Well, that's a part of the game, That's a part of the game, Big Boss. So, kind of learn it. Say, it's not gonna be different. So, after this.
Check.
Yeah, Jane, we were asking.
Yeah, that was just
the Liam Bailey situation. Liam Bailey situation. What you have to say on it, because I want to run, so I would like to hear your take. But before you go, Issa Allen said, Mr. Chung said they agreed on to 2 of the 3 of the things, the hotel room and the security. and they talked about the flight, which to me was the most important one. I thought that he said he was agreeing with the flight as well, but he said I'm gonna agree with a specific flight, and then if he wants to upgrade it, he upgrades it. So he agreed with three of them, but where he couldn't agree is to talk about a
Was the
player
security?
specific to put in the. No, he agreed with even the security and them stuff there. But it's
No,
going
but
to
he said that it wouldn't be possible. He
it
said it
would
wouldn't be possible
no, it would have
for
been
the
a
JFF
team,
to give a
team security, not an
right. He said
individual.
CONMEBOL provides a team
Yes,
security. That's all
yes,
they would get. So if you
yes.
want him to get a
All right,
personal one, that's
gentlemen.
something that you have to do on your own. That's all.
Hmm.
That's all that I
Yeah,
heard.
yeah, I heard that too. All right, so all these demands are not going to be met. They got to be negotiable. And if he, depending on how strict Butler and Leon is about the conflict of interest technical committee being a part of the JFF and a part of club, Mr. Speed not gonna what you call it, succumb to Craig Butler's demands or him stepping down or giving up his role at Cavaliers. At the end of the day, that's what it comes back to. There's the vendetta between the two of them, the two powerful figures in Jamaica's youth football, and it's not gonna happen. So it depends on how strict they are in that one. So just prepare yourself. If these demands have to be met to the T, then definitely we won't see number 7 back in the team as Chippy, but we'll see the number 7 Kaim Dixon on a consistent basis. That's the way I take it from
Yeah,
it.
but
Now, if he's willing to give some leadway, then I can
but
understand that.
Jay, you know what, I still believe that where the problem goes is where this brother gaming says the demand was demand now for under 20 and other stuff. That was where I think the problem went on when he might set him on people in the team. I know that the security was still met unto a certain point, but not individual security. That's all. But the one where you matter way more the
Well,
U20 in the team. How you feel about that?
look at the demands again. Read out the demands then,
No.
because I don't remember
Jay, no, whether and no,
hearing
we
that
not
about you
Jay,
20 be
Jay, no,
playing on the
Jay,
team.
no, we not talk about only when him right. We not talk about the program he was on. He was on a program. I have it in my phone. I have the whole tape in my phone.
I
He
know
was
that.
on Sports
Yeah, I heard that.
Explosion this
No,
morning. Yeah.
yeah, with Oral this morning.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man, him
I
say it,
remember
man.
y'all
Him say it,
put the
man.
link. But yeah, he can say that, he can spew all of that, but that's not in writing
Yeah,
as one of
but
the
big
negotiations.
boss, but
He
also
listed the negotiations and made it public.
Jay, no, whether the Gensec also said that that's what him said that are one of the things them where him couldn't agree with. So Anna just
Yeah,
Mr.
so
Butler notes it.
that's why now he put in writing the specific demands and no under 20 BS not
No, Jay,
included
no,
in that.
that demand was before even we know about it. So he never put nothing in writing. He said the one we made up from a long time. Issa Allen, we can't take the call because at night I'm in on my house. So if you can join the Discord, you join the Discord, alright? Yeah, man. Join the Discord if you can. Join the Discord if you can. So, alright, talk, Jenny, talk. Go ahead.
So he can spew off whatever he wants to spew off, but what's in writing is about five things, right?
Mm-hmm.
5 bulletin things in writing. So that's what we're gonna go over. That's what the JFF discussed, and that's what Mr. Chung discussed. Now, the Mr. Speed thing, if they're strict on that, that's never gonna happen. So, like I said, might as well write him off in the national team right now. Expect to see Dixon wearing the 7 from here on out. Then the other thing, when you talk about the conversation with the coach, no, Leon sit on the phone for 2 hours. Them say almost 2 hours with the coach. So him and him sit down on the phone for 2 hours. So they believe that that conversation, including the coach, believe that conversation ended well with some promising um what the word I'm looking for, understanding going forward. No, that part of that communication would have been for Leon to join up with the team after his big bashment party on the 21st. No, no. With that said, I'm in agreement that it's a good thing that things fall through where that is concerned, because that would be giving preferential treatment to a player, and that would be very detrimental to the locker room for if that was to happen. So I'm actually in agreement that everything fall through and he's not joining up with the team. And he choose. It's not a fact that he chose the party, but the party was set up right after the announcement of his suspension, because communication where he will be suspended for 2 games, which is the window, and instead of that, what he did was make himself unavailable for selection from the national team, holding the party on a date when the team's gonna be heading off the Copa. So he resigned for now, temporary from the national team. Like Travis said, as a spite of not taking no suspension from the coach because of curfew, because of what he's seen in the past and what he was able to do in the past and how he was spoiled in the past, hence being the poster boy of the team, and believes that he can get away with more than any other player. So at this point, no player is bigger than my final take. No player is bigger than the national team, the black, green, and gold colors. No matter who you play for in this world, you could have played for Chelsea Football Club. It don't matter who you play, which is my club, of course. Everybody know that. Have a great news for Chelsea as part of breaking news.
All right.
Now, with that said, that's my final take. No matter who you are, you're not bigger than the red, black, green, and gold are the national colors for Jamaica. So it is what it is. We move on and we keep moving on, and we'll expect bigger and brighter things in the future with the rest of the team.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Dre in the weather. All right, so Isal and joining. Go ahead, Isal, and the final take because we're pretty much done. Go ahead.
Okay, bless up, man. JD, may I agree for the most part on this because, as I said, I heard all the interviews. I heard from Craig. I heard from Mr. Chung on different platforms, and he said that when he spoke to Mr. Butler, the 3 things that they agreed upon was the ones that I tell you. He said most of the players are going to get hotel rooms for themselves because, and the reason behind that, he gave the reason because it's going to be a long tournament. A lot of the players said that they'd want a room by themselves. He says some players still agree that they will room with somebody share room, but most of them say they want a room by themselves. So that was the agreement. So he said one that is ticked off. Number 2, he said security. He said Commonwealth is going to provide security, but he said if Liam Bailey want to have a personal security, he can carry his own. You see what I say? And they would have to go through whatever process to get that person's credentials to be there and then something. So literally them all give them work self just to make sure so the youth all right. And he say he can bring his own. That's what he said. He said Commonwealth go provide, but if Liam Bailey want have a personal security, he can bring his own. And them normally do that, JD. And for you see them come out and say that so them are them willing to work with the youth. And the third one was the flight. He explained that contractually they already agree to something, but if they want to bump up them flight, them can find a way how to do that, which they have been doing that. See, now where he lost me is when he start bring up under 20 and Mr. Speed and other stuff. You understand, Mr. JD? What does that have to do with Liam Bailey coming to play now? That's where he lost me. And probably that's where negotiations broke down because he said he brought it up to him a couple of times and he said he doesn't know anything about that and can't speak to that. You know, if he speak to things that are going to affect Leon Bale if he complain now because of that the coach are dealing with now.
And that's why I'm bringing the whisper conversation in it as well, because he did bring whisper in it as well.
That even laughed me to JD. Oh, whisper reaching at this.
Because he wants to make sure it's more broader so he can get what he wants. And that's what I was telling people early on. This is Craig Butler's move because he has been doing this from day one. But because we never liked the JFF and we never have enough information, but now he starts to play his angles and people start to see it in public. And the one thing I have wrongfully judged all people for, especially on these platforms, I never expected that they would always choose Jamaica over him. And now I've seen that people willing to say, yo, this is foolishness now, man, because At least just make Liam Bailey play. If you know a whisper play, me understand because him injured and Chelsea, it might be harder for Chelsea clear him because he have to go back up and maybe him not really in a good
Right.
position for go back up. But Liam Bailey, if him agree with the coach, let the man play, man, and stop going on the man head. Say him a big man. Why you make this man talk about U20s and oh you're doing father bad and you stop them something, man, because it's sound right.
You're using Liam Bailey as leverage, as a pawn for other things, bro. That is not right. And then even in the U20, he's doing that as well. He's doing that as well, you know. Because they select one player, they don't select the others. They're going to say, oh, you're not send the others. Like, what is that for? You understand? Why you use the other player them as leverage and you stop others player progression just because you don't get all of what you want? JD, trust me, and there were a lot of people who, no matter what, they must say Liam Bailey. But no, it's unbearable. It's unbearable. People really, 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 really don't like what they're seeing. You understand? And look at this, JD. They were willing to use that term to bend over backwards for Liam Bailey. They were going to make him go and party and come play, JD. You know how embarrassing it looks now? That they jump through hoops. They jump through hoops to the player. And look at this now. It is embarrassing.
So for instance, what we really do if the man got a party? Look, the party was doing the 20th. Let me tell you when Copa played.
The 21st. I think the 21st, and the match is the 22nd.
22nd.
Yeah, the 21st, June 21st.
Let me go through it to see how much sense that really make, because him now got just miss one match. Him got miss around two matches at least. So see the first the one on the 23rd, the first one on the 23rd. Him now gonna get 50 matches and missed a match. The next one on the 27th. Even for the 27th, him now gonna be fully fit because them a drink alcohol. Me see them a do them thing. Him and whisper them have cups. Them can tell stories. Say a different thing in the cup. Them all them foolish sister.
They are ocean spray.
Yeah, we not idiot. We not idiot. We see say the man them not in the right frame of mind, bro.
And me go through, just like when you're going through now, me go through. Me say, how much did him gonna need? Me say, first and foremost, he won't miss the first match. Then say it would be available after the 22nd. So say come reach for camp the 23rd. Right? How much do you want to train for the second match?
He might train the 25th.
Right? Because I'm going to be at the second match.
Yes.
Then, he go train the 23rd, 2 days to make the match day squad for the 25th. Him now make that squad day. Right?
Yes.
And then the last game, how much do you going to need to get ready? How much they am I gonna need to get ready? It wouldn't make no sense. But me I said, Jerry, look how they were willing to just bend over backwards for the man. And look at this embarrassment now where the coach bring up on himself. The waste a spot where could have given somebody else right now.
And remember, you don't even look at this squad properly because you don't realize there are a whole heap of injury on the squad. Ethan Pinnock just come back from an injury.
Oh my God.
Blake upon the squad, Omari Bell upon the squad. So there's 2 extra spots.
John Bell too, we pull out
John
injury.
Bell. So when you look at
Latibody
is just a forward back from injury as well.
God.
So you don't
know
all
of them are forward back from injury, so you don't know, right? What you tell them, the whole of them go up on the field and what am I telling you?
So
it's
broke it
an
up from 25. You broke it from 25 and they talk about 6-7 other players. So you see, say this, and even if them come back, them not gonna be in the best shape.
No.
So
and the funny thing in the JD, we have a player pool that is wide. It may not be the best, but the player pool wide. We never should have looked in a Liam Bailey direction right now. At all.
I can agree. But that's what
you understand what I'm saying? This is we put ourselves in a predicament right now. With all of this. I'm one of the people sit down who they pick the coachings, the teams for the tournament, sit down and look at these things. Players are coming back from injury. So you know they might not be 100%. You have to look at every angle. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, that tells you what it tells you is they believe in these players so much, even the players them that are fit and ready, they wouldn't pick them over these players. And you have to ask questions because you're saying, boy, this team would have need some more midfielders. So John Russell and them guys, them not make it. But I tell you what,
John Russell, your boy the way you call Malik Madasil,
No,
you
but
have my
we
boy
don't
the
know
two
about Madas's papers then, because last time I asked,
papers, yeah.
me never really get the
And
straight
we
answer.
talk players we in it. Brandon Cover,
Cover,
you have
Splat as well, because Splat come up on
Platt,
TV and say anytime
you
them
have
call
Tyler
him ready.
Robert,
Yes, Tyler
you have
Roberts as
Tyler
well.
Robert,
Yeah.
you have
Then you have on the American
you just
side
said
as
John
well.
Russell already.
Yeah, you have on the
Oh
American
my
side
God,
as
me
well.
even know a couple of American players
Yeah,
them.
man.
But JD, it look away. It is embarrassing. You understand? And I understand the coach is trying to stick with the players that him having them squad and him know. But
Yeah, but you
when you
put
have a
JPL
like a
players.
Alex
Yeah, but
Marshall,
you put
when you
JPL
have a
players on the
like a
team.
Alex
Thank you.
Marshall,
Thank you. So then what
a
happened to the other
Alex
man them?
Marshall,
Thank you. So that
that
I'm
was
talking
like a
about.
shocking involvement. Like when we say we shocked, like military. You see, a lot of people are calling for DJ to be out, but if Alex Marshall had put in and take out DJ, better we stay with DJ.
Yeah, man.
You
I
understand?
totally agree with
It,
that.
it, it was shocking to me. And I really thought John Russell had a good shout for getting on the team, especially with players who just a come back from injury, etc., etc. You understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It
yeah,
is
man.
really embarrassing, bro. But
Well, it's sad though, but we're gonna see people. The time will come very fast, and as I said, I'm not rating this. I'm not rating this team. I'm just watching the matches. Them. I'm just watching the matches. Them. That's all. And I'm not over hyping and I'm over cursing out. I'm just watching some games and give my take on the games. Them. Look at
for
your
one
internet.
whole week.
You cut out for a while in Easter. See, as you
Oh,
start talk
sorry.
about start talk about Marshall or is Dima cuss about loud the youth Marshall earning spot. Dima.
Yeah,
We don't know what
yeah,
you're talking about, Dima.
yeah,
Tap a line, brother. Tap a
yeah.
line, brother.
Load the
Focus, you
youth.
talk about.
We can say load the
The
youth all
man
we
barely
want,
gets
but
used in that 2 games.
that's my point.
Yeah.
Oh, you make a weaker squad and you couldn't even get on the field for more than about 10 minutes. What are you going to Copa to do?
Yeah, man. Me not busy. Nobody was saying me
And
call for this.
I was saying too, I'm go watch the Copa game not Copa, I'm go watch the warm-up game, Brazil and USA last night.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I have an issue with the team taking a 1 week break camp for come back in a camp now. All these teams been playing games for how long and in a camp and a train. Why we need 1 whole week for break? Why we need 1 whole week for break? I can't understand it. Everybody are prepare and I play them practice games and whatnot. We never have this full squad and we play 2 World Cup games. Get the squad in now and start preparations now. No, I basically just 1 week. 1 week we have to prepare for the game with the squad.
Well, we play Mexico. We know Mexico, so everything are gonna be
And
alright.
we're talking generally about teams that are way further along in them progression as a national team, and them
And
still need
and
to play
and them did
right
a long
through,
time I prepare. Right through.
because man, they must say our players need break. Me hear even the coach has said that when they were talk about the World Cup squad. I mean, I said to myself, why? So I just see Vinny Jr. run up and down like madman, 50 odd games.
Wait no. Before that, me see all of England man them a play friendly for about 2 weeks after the season done. Me see them a play friendly and gone in a camp. Me see Kylian Mbappe a play for France one year, 1 week ago. No break. Everybody just come. So I wonder when them player they gonna get break. Where we are playing for France or England or Argentina. Since two player them need so much break. When them the man they gonna get break. That be one know.
Well, sometimes I wonder if like them not realize like it's a big sacrifice them man are making. Yeah, them a live good and them a make them money and things, but a part of what you give up is that time. You kind of give up your time
Exactly.
when you're in your season or you're in that time when you're a professional athlete. That is one thing that you have to just sacrifice. You're not going to be able to
Especially when you're at
be
the
there for
peak of your
every
career.
birthday. You're not going to be able to,
Yes, me hear
you're going
a
to miss
lot of players
something.
talk
And that's
about that,
just the
JC.
life you choose. That's just the life you choose.
Right.
No,
Exactly.
Zaba HD said Jamaican players had no break last summer due to Gold Cup. And Zaba HD, Leon Bailey, never even come into him training him purpose to leave off Leon Bailey. We can bring up the article and them say Leon Bailey will take extra a week and a half vacation. Him never even turn up for nothing. That's why I never learned the system when he just started. Zaba HD, we know the start drama. We know everything in a football. Alright, so
And even last season I went to the Aston Villa Fulham game preseason, and Leon Bailey wasn't in there
no, so no,
because him up on
me
him
tell
break.
him,
That's
me
after the
tell him,
Copa,
me something
after
know.
whatever we
And
played last year.
I'll tell you the next thing. There were many players on that Villa team that probably sacrificed and never take no break. And guess what? Them learn the system and play from the season start. And
But
we
guess
all are
who was there too?
every
Guess who was
beginning.
that?
And I
Bobby
said,
Reed played that
oh,
match too, you know. Bobby Reed played that match.
Yes,
Can we see Bobby Reed and talk to Bobby Reed
Yep.
in
and
that
my boy
match?
did it as
In
well.
the
So
Fulham
why never
Aston
talk
Villa
to him?
game.
My boy did it as well, you know. The liquor youth as well too. Flat. That's how
Flat.
he get
You never
injured.
saw
he
That's how he
was
get
in the
injured.
squad then. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how he get
Yeah.
injured.
You
So
understand? So I was there. So this idea about this notion about break, me can't defend it when I see other professionals, top professionals, the best in the world. Lionel Messi right now I play football for Argentina.
yeah, because remember them over remember, you know, the problem is, you
Cristiano
know,
Ronaldo right now I play for Portugal.
I don't want to judge. I don't want to judge any player, but I don't know. So at this point, we have to start question the overall interest them some of them player have in the international football. You know, if them just one break and them stuff them extra tired than every other player. I don't understand why not for them natural makeup or so. You know, we have that.
Boy, me not understand it.
Or just pick the players,
Not understand it.
that we
But
say them don't want to break. Just go with the team we say them don't want to break, and just try keep and
I
develop
tell
with
you
the
boy.
team. That's what you have to do. Just go with the team that says they want to break. But people, I don't know.
Are you not
I
from
want to
here,
break.
JD?
Yeah, man. Yeah,
I'm gonna
man.
listen to the show,
All right,
man.
all right. Yeah, man. I make me want to break now, people. Cause I made the 3.5 hours. All right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so Jason, great anyway that thanks are passing through. Issa thanks are passing through. Everyone that passes through Demo. Boy, we don't know. Demo just alright, yeah, man. Demo just lose it. Demo must have friend with the
Yeah, man.
algorithm as well.
Anytime.
Yeah, man. And
Yeah, man.
you
Big
get
up on yourself.
you get your
Anytime in the
algorithm.
chat, big up on yourself.
Alright. Yeah, man. So
Yeah,
take
man.
care.
Alright.
Alright, so let me shut down things. So people, thanks it again. Yeah, man. And people, when they don't pay Madman Travis no mind, we don't want him over here. Make him go on my business. I'm go cuss all him want. Yeah, so we just leave him alone. Don't pay him no mind. Alright, him not gonna win a life. Bye bye.